shitty fucking weather out, my dudes. I'm pissed. Fuck this rain. It just won't stop. Good morning. How are you all doing? It is a mud pit. We love it. What is it? May showers bring June something? I don't know. Dude, Rod, I don't know if you were watching Zach yesterday, but that has been his anxiety for like a week. Dude, you're all just dads. You're all dads. I'm not kidding. I had this literal conversation I've been having with Zach every fucking night all week. I just want to mow the fucking lawn. And I'm just like, babe, where has our life gone? That like our biggest stress is like, God damn it, we need to mow this fucking lawn. But I said to him, I'm like, man, it really puts into perspectives why dads wake up early on the weekends to mow. Because you get a window of sun in the middle of the day while we're all working, and then it goes away and it pours rain and you can't fucking mow your lawn, and it just keeps growing and getting out of control. I do. The problem is, there's something flew in my eye literally right before I went live. The problem is that the longer the grass goes, it grows really long, and then it casts a shadow over the baby grass, and then the baby grass can't grow. So, like, when you let your grass go wild like that, you get gnarly bald spots all over the place. So, like, struggle getting the grass to grow. We got that. Grass is growing. I've got really good grass growing in my yard right now, and clover and all sorts of stuff. But the more it grows, it starts to get really tall, and then it falls over. Like, the rain the rain knocks it over, so then you can't mow it. I genuinely have literally combed the grass straight to cut it. Yes, I'm not kidding. Yesterday, I almost took a picture, man. If I was more clever, I would make short form content of the shit I do. I have, it would have driven some of you crazy, because it's really nice sewing scissors that Zach ruined, so now they're yard scissors. And I literally went around my yard with a comb and these scissors yesterday, not a joke, and cut the grass around my flowers just to give them room to breathe, because it's just the rain has made it out of control. But I felt as ridiculous as that sounds out loud, just like cutting circles around all my plants. It's just out of control. It just gets so low, but at least it gets so high. At least I do have grass though. And man, last night, we're standing outside and it's raining, and Zach's like, man, I miss my mud pit that I didn't have to mow. And I fuck you not. I was so close to shoving him out the door, locking it, and never letting him back in the house. I haven't felt like purely murderous in a long time. And that was it. I felt quite angry at that comment. I broke my back for what? Blueberry bush. I didn't kill him. It's fine. You know what's crazy, Rod? Do you want to know a funny? So, I don't know if I even told you guys this in stream. I had to perform self-restraint and convince myself murder is bad because Zach, bless his beautiful heart, weed whacked my baby blueberry bush. Which is another reason why I'm adorably going around and trimming grass around my plants, so it's very overtly clear what's a plant we don't weed whack. He knew it the second he did it. Like, he literally went, oh no, and like put the weed whacker in the air, and I was behind him, like picking weeds or something, and I just like slow turned like, what did you do? But get this. This is the hilarious part. That, like, he literally whacked it so the stem's like that long, but there were all these little branches going on the ground. Berries. That's the only blueberry bush I have covered in berries right now. Covered, I mean, the 1 inch of the bush that survived. Covered in berries. Like, he stressed it to the point of berries. You're not supposed to be able to get berries out of blueberry bushes for years. Like, they're supposed to have to, like, establish themselves, you know? And, like, you have to have more than one blueberry bush, otherwise they don't, blah, blah, blah. So I have 3 blueberry bushes, and one got whacked. But I'm not kidding, just because, we have to clean up the story. He did that. Literally, weed whacker in the air went, oh no. He knew exactly. Like, it was just a moment of, like, weed whacking, didn't even realize what was happening, and looked around at me. He literally put the weed whacker down, got in his truck, went to Home Depot and bought me a new blueberry, the exact same species. Like, he ripped the tag off of it and went and replaced it immediately. He's a sweetheart. He would never do anything so maliciously evil like that. Like, he knows how hard I have literally broken my body to get this yard to be functional in any way, shape, or form, because we have a pretty big chunk of land, and I haven't even touched any of my yard outside my fence. Like, I have double the yard that I've even attacked. It's crazy. It was just the nicest thing. Like, he felt so bad. And the irony is, the one he whacked it's growing. Like, he didn't kill it. It had enough leaves, apparently, to keep going, and it's got berries all over it, which is just so weird. The only one. But oh man, the rain has made everything blow up. Like, I put on my mud, like, I have, like, gardening boots I have to wear to go down into the farther part of my garden, because mud and wet and whatever. And I have, on the far end of my yard, I did yellow squash, I did zucchini, honeydew melon that was from I planted seeds from a melon I actually ate, which is still so weird. It's weird that I find it so weirdly exciting that I grew a seed out of a plant. That is weird. Like, my brain can't, like, why is that so exciting? We like, no shit, go buy a cantaloupe and plant some fucking seeds. Like, but for some reason, that's, like, mind-blowing to me. So I have cantaloupe, squash, zucchini, I have cucumber growing, and I think, and an acorn squash. And oh my God, I swear to God, it's so weird. Like, I wish I could set up a slow motion camera or something for this, because anyone that's grown squash or any kind of vining plant like that, you are very familiar. The stalk is like this big around. The plant is literally that far off the ground, but the stalk is just literally stalky. It's so thick and it grows so fast. Like, overnight, I swear it gained inches and leaves, and I'm just like, but you're so thick. How do you grow so fast? But man, the rain has just, like, fed that part of my garden. It's great. Those things are blowing up. I'm very excited. As I spill coffee on myself. I knew a guy that used to stress out his weed plants on purpose because they'd go crazy making trichomes after he'd do it. He'd dig out the root system, show the roots to the sun for a while, and then replant them. You know, I recently, I have a pimple right here, and my headphones sit on it, and it fucking, ow. I have a pimple sticker on it, don't worry. Pimple stickers are the shit, you should get some. I watched someone on I watch a lot of gardening channels and stuff, but they were showing how it's like, gives me anxiety to think about it. They stomp their tomato plants down. So, like, I've grown tomatoes for years. I'm well aware of, like, clipping the suckers off, blah, 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 all of that to get good tomatoes. But once the tomato plant gets, like, 3 feet high, they literally walk down the line of them and stomp the stalk sideways, like, at the bottom. And I guess that stresses the plant out to create more branches that will create more fruits or some shit. But man, watching someone just stomp down the stalks of, like, a ton of really nice tomato plants gave me a lot of anxiety. But I've seen a lot of people do some crazy, like, stress the plant out. Wait, I mean, some plants, no shit. So you guys know, I was talking about this the other day. Sorry, I'm on a gardening kick, but the rain, it's all I have. My neighbors have this beautiful maple tree, and I think it's a red maple. I think there's many different types of maple trees, but their maple tree is very unique in that it has silver bark and it has these, like, chartreuse green leaves, like bright ass, like lemon green leaves with these red veins in them. And then in the fall, it turns violent red. Like I've shown you guys these leaves. They look like a watercolor. They're like bright green with red veins going up them and everything. And that tree decided to shed a bunch of seeds and be fertilized this year. And I collected a shit ton of those little and germinated them and got them going. I have like 6 maple trees going in my yard right now. And when I was reading about them, though, they're one of those weird seeds that, like, they need a cold snap to germinate. They need to be stressed the fuck out. It's very bizarre to read about, but same with, like, nasturtiums need that, because the seed is literally like a rock. So what the freeze does is it cracks that rock of the seed, and then the seed germinates out of it. But there's a lot of seeds I know that genuinely, like, if you ever grow, what are they called? Either moonflowers or morning glories. They too have, like, a rock for a seed, and literally when you read the package of them, it'll say you should file a side of the seed off like a little tiny corner of it, because if you don't have a cold snap, it won't be able to germinate. Denver is a cold snap. Roses need it too. Yeah, there's a lot of plants out there that kind of thrive on a certain level of stress. Can I just say, whacking legitimate weeds, if they're heavy and tangled in others, being able to shake those fuckers loose is real fucking satisfying. Oh my God, yeet. Do you want to know? I have to tell you this because you reminded me. Like, something I've realized in gardening is, how do I put this? We have very specific weeds around here because of the dirt, the clay dirt. I'm sure Crispy can identify with this, but the kind of weeds that grow in this kind of soil, because it's just like this desert clay, they tend to just grow one really long, ridiculous tap root. That, I'm not kidding, like a plant that is this big could have a root that long in the ground. And but oh my God. So I'm a picker. I'm just going to throw that out there just to preface this story. I definitely like to pick. If someone lets me go to town on blackheads on their back, I will have a great time. Please don't judge me. Pulling weeds and getting that root is literally just as fucking satisfying. Oh my God. Like, I was running, because when it's wet out like this, it's easier to get those fucking tap roots out. And if you just bust it at the top, the tap root fuels another plant. So when it's muddy like this, I'm out there every day after stream yanking fucking these huge tap roots. But it's so much easier when the clay is wet because they're not clung into the cracks. Crispy, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Because you sit there and you get it, like, you scoop around the whole plant, you get it at the base, and you start pulling, and you can hear the tap root releasing. It's like this. And when you get that smooth, like, and the whole thing comes out, oh my God. It's like getting a big pimple. You're just like, oh, yes. I have piles of these things in my yard because I picked so many. And I'm not exaggerating. The roots are like this long. One big, like, white carrot. But oh my God. And we also have this other plant that is just fucking noxious. I don't really think there's a way to kill it other than just, like, weed every fucking day. But, they're these adorable vining plants that have little tiny white trumpet flowers on them, and they are rampant all throughout Colorado. I can't remember what they're called. They look like a miniature morning glory, but they grow out of the ground, and they are literally noxious. But when you, they have a root system underground, and then they have a bunch of the saps that come off the root system, essentially. So unless you're able to rake the entire root system out, which you can't because it's delicate, it's not a taproot, they're impossible to get rid of, so it's just like weeding them constantly. But when you get one to snap off of that root system, you can get a stem out of the ground like that long, and oh my God, it's like pulling a zit. It's like pulling a zit or a sliver out of someone's hand. I get off on it so hard. Like, not in a weird, like, just in a, oh, that felt so good. And I started realizing I have, like, things I say in my head when I pull these weeds. Like, we have these things called mallow plants. Mallow, not like the cool mallow root that you would, like, make marshmallows out of, but they're the ones with that tap root. And the way that they grow out and up. So again, they cover up the ground so then grass can't grow and you get these massive bald spots. And they're the ones where you basically have to, like, scoop around the base of them because they grow so far out into your grass that you can't really tell where the root is. And I found myself yesterday literally saying in my mind, how dare you have the audacity to be so fucking proud of what you've done to my lawn before I picked every single one. The audacity. The audacity of you. It feels great though. Fuck those plants. That feeling when they slide out is just like, oh, it feels great. I don't know what that is. It's such a good feeling. Like, just fuck those weeds. I hate them so much. And they're just like, I'm all about natural plants, but if they literally drown out all the other plants, I pluck them. They're not going to live. Like, you're not going to be, if you're going to kill everything else, noxious shit. And that vining stuff covers the ground like nobody's business and just blocks out the sun. It's crawling up my fences. It's everywhere. I don't pick dandelions. I only pick things that are harming my plants. Dandelions are actually really good for the environment. And if you want to be one of those people, good morning, Casper. If you want to be one of those people, walk into a Whole Foods and go to the vegetable section. I'm not shitting you when I say they sell bundles of dandelion greens for $14.99 a pop. A bundle of dandelion greens. The hippies are paying for that shit to eat it. But dandelions, like, they don't hurt your yard. They're really good for bees and stuff like that. I actually got a picture of a bee on one of my lupines yesterday. I was so excited. It was actually a kind of bumblebee I hadn't seen before. It had an orange stripe across its butt. I don't think I'd ever seen one like that before. It's a tactile response. It feels, and when you don't get the taproot, when it snaps at the top, oh my God. It's like the OCD when someone does like the, bump bump ba bump. That's what it feels like every time a weed snaps and I want to die. I hate it so much. The orange stripy booty bees, I love them. That was what was on my lupine last night. And it was super cute. It had orange, that's exactly what it was. Orange booty bee, but it was a bumblebee. It was like a little bumblebee, like that big, but real cute. I got really excited. They can come pick all my dandelions, same. I'll charge them $15 a pop for my dandelions. Let's fucking go. Giant lily pads being cool, but murdering. Oh my God, that's the mallow. Oh my God, do you have to deal with that shit, Ike? Do you have mallow plants? That's exactly what they are. Oh my God, I hate them so much. Good morning, senor. Seriously, these mallow plants, like if they weren't so bad for the yard, they're actually kind of pretty. They grow really big and they've got these big lily pad leaves that literally block out the sun of everything underneath them. So then it kills all your grass. But they've got really pretty little purple flowers that come up. Like they're gorgeous, but they murder anything they're near because they will block all the sun out. And that taproot goes so fucking far down, you'll never get rid of them. Oh my God. Literally, they're so... I hate it because I'm just like, you are a pretty plant. You just want to kill everything and I hate you so much. It's so sad because it is kind of pretty. I can't think of the names of the ones that planted along the Colorado River along the west slope to fight erosion, but yep, oh my God, I know the name of it. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yep, it's absolutely noxious and native. Like another lesson in people should stop. Like, stop trying to play God. The land is eroding because you dug a man-made river into it. Stop it. My God. I use something I call my yard knife to wiggle those out. Oh dude, have you ever seen those? It's like an ancient tool that's been around for years, but it's like a big old stick and it's got like a steel grabber on the end and you jam it in the ground around the like node of the weed and then you stomp your foot down on a little pedal and it clamps and then yanks. Those don't work. I have one. That doesn't work for the taproots. I don't know. People, like, everybody thought it was the coolest thing, but they don't get the taproot. Like, it won't, yeah, I can get the taproot better with just using my hands, which I don't mind. This is the knife thing. Hold on. Fucking A, I will. I need something like that, because those roots can eat a dick. Yard knife? Poop knife? I have yard scissors. BDO, I was telling people this morning, because it's been raining literally nonstop for almost a week now. Like, every dad in the universe is like, I just want to mow my lawn. And, because we can't mow yet, I literally went out yesterday with these sewing scissors and a comb and, like, combed up the grass and trimmed it around all my plants. Because it's just getting so tall. But they're doing better now. Oh, I love lantana. I just bought a bunch of lantana this week for hummingbirds. I got a new hummingbird feeder with 2D. Oh my God, yes. 2 HD camera set up. So I'm getting close-ups of the hummingbird battles this year. Dude, my mom has, I swear to God, I say this without ill intent. I don't know how to say this. She has like an infestation of hummingbirds to the point where they've been coming back so many years to feed off of her hummingbird feeders that they think they own her porch. So like if you go out and sit on her porch and it's nice weather, they'll dive bomb you. Like, they're territorial of their fucking bird feeders. It's hilarious, but I still love them. Like, what are they gonna do? They can dive bomb me all day. Like, they're so cute, and there's so many different colors of them. Good morning, Hemo. How are you, love? They're so territorial. Like, you'll just hear the... Because they're like, you're too close to my bird feeder. And my ladies, the boys get very territorial of their ladies. And it's so funny because they're that big. They're just like little fairies that are pissed. A ground corer? Is that like the thing you use to dig poles? Yeah, Dream, it works on like a dandelion or something. Something that's more shallow it works on, but honestly, those I just use my hands anyways. The deep-rooted ones, like I feel like, and call me out on this, Crispy, but like you have to use your hands for those taproot ones because I can feel how it's releasing in the hole. I don't know how to put that. I've pulled so many fucking weeds at this point that I've gotten it down to a science of like, if it starts to make a particular sound, I start to lean the opposite way. I'm like, oh no, that's the root. We got to go this way a little bit, and then maybe we'll do a little spin or whatever. Versus if I'm using a tool, I can't feel any of that happening, and I don't know if I'm getting the root. And I have a problem. I think I'm getting a little OCD about my yard, but it's fine. It's fine. I bought a townhouse specifically not to do, oh my God, I've been dreaming of having my own yard to do yard work in my whole life, BDO. My whole life. All I wanted was a chunk of land no one could tell me no on. That's it. And I live right across the street from the line where people say no. It's amazing. But genuinely, like that, that has been literally my whole life. I just wanted a piece, like, we rent, most of us, if not still renting, we rent for so long, and I just got so sick of being told I couldn't do anything. Like, if something was broken, you're not allowed to fix it. You can't put anything like this in the yard. You can't do that. You can't, like, just let me do what I want to do, and I'll eat the consequences. You know what I'm saying? But no. I cussed out a couple of crows yesterday. We'll see if they come back. Fuckers got into one of my Oh, robins. Dude, I feel like I'm on the opposite, just simply because of the squirrels. You know about my squirrels. I've had a squirrel problem for many years now. But I tweeted or blue skied a picture or whatever a couple days, a week ago. I don't know. Days are weird. Of these two hawks. Beautiful hawks. I have no idea. I don't think they're red tail because they're huge. Like, they look bigger than red tail, but I'm not 100%. But these two hawks have been living in my neighborhood for like a couple weeks now. And every other day, I hear them every day, like doing their little calls back and forth. But every other day, they're on this telephone pole that's in my yard. And then they're on a neighbor's, and they're hunting. And yesterday, I saw one sitting on the telephone pole, and then there were 3 robins on the telephone wire, like hopping at it and pouncing at it and chirping at it all furiously because it was going to eat them or their babies or something. But I just super want those hawks to stick around so they kill every squirrel known to man. I don't want a squirrel. I don't care what they do for the environment. No squirrels. This tree rats. Tree rats. Fuck them. Fuck them. Dude, BDO, lucky you. I rented for a very long time. They have babies here, so I usually get a fledgling hummingbird who will spend a whole week on my patio learning to fly. Oh, fuck, that's cute. Dude, BDO, that's smart. I mean, the vast majority of people our age aren't ever going to be able to own anything. Because we were all told to wait and save our money. I'll just sleep in my Jeep. I don't know how anyone rents, but I've constantly lived in owned homes, but I became an owner of my house in 2018. I was 21 and heavily pregnant. Renting isn't too bad. I mean, there's pros to renting. Let me tell you, for those that haven't rented, oh my God, there's nothing like something breaking in your house and you just call somebody and they have to come fix it within 24 hours. That's fucking sweet. Like, man, did I miss renting when my entire kitchen fell in on itself? Really missed renting. Just being able to my sink's broke, fix it, and they're like, okay, and they do, and more often than not, you just get a new sink. That's pretty sweet. That's pretty much what you're paying for when you rent. But I love having my own chunk of land to do whatever the fuck I want on it. That is very important to me. No, I was never a fan of the All-American Rejects, to be honest. That genre wasn't my jam, so I'm not really on their radar. I felt so bad because I want the crows to stay, but at the same time, I needed them to stop fucking with the robins. I know. That's exactly how I feel about these crows, or the hawks. Like, you guys know, if you don't, I've probably talked about it before. Doves. Doves are one of those weird birds that they will go to the exact same tree. They'll come back to the same place every single year after they find a mate, and they make babies in the same tree every fucking year. And I don't have my doves this year. They chose someone, like, I hear them, they're around, but they're not anywhere I can see in my tree because of these fucking hawks. And I'm sad because I do like my doves. I like waking up in the morning and hearing their cute little coos outside. But also, Fuck squirrels. I think my neighbors feed squirrels. I don't know. I hate them. There are some hummingbirds you start to recognize. They come back every year. I name them based on personality. Oh, I love that. The 2 males have been early arrivers this year. I named Toe Jam and Earl. There's at least 1 female here, 2 males. In July, August, there'll be too many individuals to name them all. I love that. I love hummingbirds. They're so cute. Fuck squirrels. Fuck them. They destroy things. They're tree rats. Like, I don't know why people suddenly were like, no, squirrels are different. No, they're not. They carry just as many diseases. They will destroy your house. They'll get into your attic and make babies and chew apart your walls. We don't like them. I'm not a fan. Fuck squirrels. And they have diseases. Squirrels, no. Not a fan. They can eat a dick. Don't want anything to do with those. I love all the different varieties of hummingbirds. That's something I learned, like, just sitting at my mom's house and watching all the different hummingbirds that come to her feeder. I didn't know there was 50 million kinds. Like, I think it's Zafrank has a video on hummingbirds we watched. There's actually a hummingbird that, like, creates a noise with its feathers very specifically by going really high in the air and dive bombing. That's just a fart sound. Like, hummingbirds are fascinating. They're actually really interesting. They get their rocks off tormenting dogs, but also, like, I think they try to get into my attic. I think they want to live in my attic in the wintertime, and I am not about that. But you will die if you get into my attic. We don't have bunnies. We have, I always want to call them groundhogs. They're not groundhogs. Prairie dogs. Rampant. Like, I still find them very cute. And I slow my car down if a mom's dragging a baby across the road or something. But there are hundreds of thousands of prairie dogs in this state. It is fucking crazy. Wild. Like, anytime you're out driving on the freeway or whatever, just look to the field to your right. You will see at least 500 little mounds with little, like, prairie dog they look like meerkats. Just, like, perched on their holes looking around. They're fucking adorable. They're like little, they have rabies. They have so many weird diseases. Don't touch them. Let's just leave nature alone, but they're very cute. I will look at them, but we don't have bunnies. I think I saw bunnies down by Rod's house, but that's it. I love the doves. I coo at them. I have a telephone pole and a wire that goes to the top of my house over my yard, and they like to perch on it, but they're not nesting in my tree. I still see them, but they're not nesting, and I'm sure it's because they don't want to die, and I get that. But I miss them because I like them. Squirrels are different if they wear a top hat. Yeah, because they're taxidermy. We have a recurring migratory mourning dove family that made a nest under our deck. It's been 3 years now. Just had new baby doves this week jumping off the stairs to fly. It's so cute. Have you ever seen pigeon and dove nests? They're very sad. I watched these. If you guys remember last year, we actually put a birdhouse. We painted one on stream and put a birdhouse in the tree. Ironically, the year before the hawks show up, so now my doves aren't living in my birdhouse. But they're sad. Like, you should put them in our animals Discord if you want to, T-Night. I would love to look at those. They literally make a nest out of like 3 sticks. Pigeons and doves. It's so sad. They're just the cutest, saddest birds. They do it. They still lay an egg. They are obviously proliferating. But if you can look up like montages of their nests. Oh, they're so sad. Like, like these, I don't know what happened. They just don't know how to make a nest. They literally put a stick on the ground. They're like, yeah, I'm going to have a baby on that. Okay. I have bunnies. They all finally turned back to brown, so spring, summer is officially here. What color are they in the winter? Are they white? Do you? Oh, I miss bunnies. When I lived in Maryland, it was like, I'm sure you guys have seen these videos online and stuff where people are mowing the lawn and they see a little weird patch of like fuzz in the middle of the lawn and they go to pick at it and there's a bunch of baby bunnies underneath. That happened multiple times in Baltimore. We never killed any, thank God. Link did once though. That was sad. But if we found it, we would just move it or like leave it alone, move it. Just try to keep the dogs away from it. But man, that happened a lot. We were protecting a lot of baby bunnies. They turn white in the winter. Cute. Stupid dove nests. Pigeons do it too. Like you can actually, I know I'm just an animal freak and I'm a huge proponent, but you can look up documentaries on pigeons and what we as humans did to them. Like, we're the reason they're here, we're the reason they're prolific in cities, and we're the reason that they still, like, we domesticated them and then just said fuck it and just let them all loose and decided we didn't need them anymore. And so, like, pigeons are still domesticated, which is why they hang out around people and in cities and shit like that. And they literally have, like, basically zero survival skills because we bred them to be domesticated. It's crazy. Like, we fucked up pigeons. We fucked them up royally. Like, they're actually super intelligent, pigeons and doves and stuff like that, but we fucked them up. It'd be like if everybody in the world was like, you know what, we don't need pugs anymore, and let them loose, and we're just like, pugs will survive after what we did to them? Okay. That's kind of what we did to pigeons a little bit. It's kind of fucked up. Right thread. Pigeons are pretty fucking intelligent. It's just like, we are annoyed by them because they're like city flying rats, you know, but we did that. There was a dive bar I used to be at every week, and the beer garden had a little platform for a projector. A dove decided that was a place for a nest. And she had a baby up there? No. Thing was, we were always drunk and partying and high, and bands and DJs were loud as fuck out there. And there she'd be up there with her egg baby just chilling while hundreds of people partied below her. We called her Squatter. That child's a burner. That year, we also had a baby bunny living back there, which we named Stu. That's adorable. I name everything. I completely understand. That's like the wild cat that lives in my yard. Willard. We spent hundreds of years domesticating pigeons and training them to be carriers, and then abandoned them and built architecture hostile to them. That's a really good summation, Viata. It's literally what we did. It's not bullshit. I'm not just a hippie who loves animals. It's, go look it up. We are evil to animals. Like, we just literally use them at our behest and then throw them away when they are no longer good to us. So literally we use them to send messages and shit, and then we got telephones, etc. You see how that went. We just dumped them. It's crazy. It's so sad. I feel bad for pugs too. As much as Millie was the moose, the queen, the ruler of my life, the empress of my heart, my soul, I literally still cry about my pug who passed away almost 4 years ago this August. Can you imagine? That's literally what we did, though, is we hyper-domesticated these birds and then just dumped them in the streets. It's pretty fucked up. Cheers. The asshole children from the house yards border ours were essentially terrorizing one of the baby bunnies. I don't think I could. What did you do? Why was that muted? Did we have no alert? Josie, thank you so much for subbing to the class, keeping the class alive, and giving any swings for 4 months. I don't know what the fuck happened. That was just muted. Thank you, love. I appreciate you. We love a good dog snort. Seriously, like, if you don't know, I had a pug who, hold on, I'll show you. I'll show you what she meant to this community. This is just one of many pieces of beautiful art around my house that members of our community had commissioned of my pug when she passed, because it literally broke me. I don't know if I'll ever be a whole person. She was my soulmate. But, this was my ride or die Millie Moose. She has the scepter of the moose. She is royal as fuck. The original queen. Like, these fucks wish. These are my queens now, obviously, but this was my ride or die, my bitch, and she genuinely was like my co-host on stream for so many years. She really meant a lot to everybody. She was just this literally is her, like, not just erroneous pug. That's my dog. I miss her every moment of every day. But I would never say, let's just thrust the pugs into nature. What? Oh my God. Those poor animals. She's our forever queen. She is. I have watercolors of her. So many wonderful people commissioned amazing pieces of art that are all over my house. Like, she is so pervasive in my life still. It's pretty amazing. Like, if you guys can't tell, but all of these pictures back here, these are all Millie. That's Millie on a grassy mound. That's a painting of Millie. She's everywhere. My Millie Moose. She was my heart and soul. But now I have my other heart. They're looking at me. I love you too. Don't worry, I'll be just as fucked up someday over you. Let's not talk about that. Oh, God. Use them at our disposal. Yes, that's the word I was looking for. Thank you. Thank you, Beck. That is the word I was trying to come up with. My brain just wouldn't do it. T, please don't apologize. Your cat obviously takes precedence over literally anything else ever. So, don't even with that. You pet that kitty and you tell him oh my god, they're so cute. I'm pulling them up, don't worry. Oh, they're so cute. And they nest under your deck? I didn't think birds would go under a deck to nest. That's so bizarre. Oh my god, they're so cute though. Look at these fluffy little bitches. Baby birds are so funny. They're just like, I'm almost there. I'm still cooking. And then they look like doves. They're so floofy, but they live under your deck, which is so cute. Do you hear them like cooing? They're so cute. Such floofy. So I like their spots. I've never seen doves that have little spots on their wings. I wonder if those get covered up by the other feathers. They're really pretty though. They're so cute. They are like little marshmallows. I love them. They're so cute. I was working, so I heard about this after from my dad. I kind of don't blame the kids because they're young and weren't touching it, but we're basically blocking it from the hole that leads to our yard where their hutch is. The mom was just standing there letting it happen. That's, I mean... Being mean to animals, and especially baby animals, is like the first sign of being a fucking psychopath serial killer. And it has been, you guys know, I literally spend almost every waking hour that I'm not streaming listening to true crime over and over and over again. Oh my god, wow, they murdered people and they also tortured small animals? Crazy. Over and over and over again, my god. What are we doing? Why are you letting your kids be mean to animals? I worked at an equine psychotherapy ranch, horses, for those who don't know, for about a year and learned so much about how the human-horse relationship has been damaged. It's all about the power. It is. It's disgusting. It's all about the power and control when horses are truly some of the most relationship-centered animals. Yes. I mean, case in point, breaking horses. Like, if you don't know what that term means, I'm here to teach you what the horrible thing is that some people do to... I'm not joking or being facetious, break the literal will to live of a horse. And there's so many people out there that will not invest their time, energy, or even a thought in a horse that is unbroken because, God forbid, it has spirit and energy in it, and you actually have to treat it like a living creature and not like a fucking tool. God forbid. But they genuinely will tie the horse's feet together and then whip it. And watch it try to run, and then it will fall over. And then they'll untie the feet, let it get up, tie the feet, whip it, watch it fall over. Until they can whip it and the horse doesn't try to fall over anymore. That's just one. Like, probably one of the least egregious, horrible ways that they break the will. A broken horse? That's what that means. What in the fuck? Claim to love horses. Claim, I fucking dare you. Gross. In my opinion. And y'all know I grew up a horse girl, man. I just learned this shit and was like, yeah, I don't think I want to be a part of that world. Oh, that's real fucked up. It is abuse. No, it is. It's 100%. It's abuse. It is. And people, it reminds me of medicine and like insurance all the time because people, they look at a horse that is allegedly broken and they go, that's a safe bet. It doesn't matter. No horse is a safe bet. Still a living animal, can still harm you. But it leaves all these horses that haven't been tortured into a state of submission to just be not giving a fuck about. It's fucking disgusting. That's it. That's it. It's just gross. Cheers. I had a pair of doves build a nest on my balcony. They'd already laid an egg. But they were really in the way, so we had to move it. The female came back and just stared at me for 3 days. Oh, did she go back to her egg? Before it barely became the stray cat lady of my neighborhood, I don't know why all the stray cats hang around my house, but free pest control, I guess. We had doves that would nest under our deck. I mean, pest control. As long as they're not breeding wildly. All the time, we love the nest and leave it. Good. A robin will take it when the doves are done in like a week, and then they come back for a late session. Oh, I love that you like follow your doves. I'm so happy. I love when birds just rest their head on the shoulder. Oh my God, yes. When they like, I just lost my lighter. When they like nest into their own body. Oh, it's so fucking cute. I know. Birds are cool. I'm scared of them, but I love them. They're adorable. There's a guy I don't follow on Instagram, but his videos always pop in my feed, and he posts videos showing him rearing a kitten more or less from birth. Oh, you should follow him. Yes, breaking always means you break the animal's will to be an independent being. Yeah. It's gross. It's grotesque. It's disgusting. The ranch that I worked at rescued traumatized horses and rehabilitated them. Then they were used in therapy for humans. Isn't that amazing? That, like, you give the life back to a horse and suddenly it becomes a therapist? Incredible how that works out. It's almost like animals are alive, conscious, sentient beings that we should treat with respect and leave alone. I don't know. Who the fuck is she? Weird. Some people think you should break dogs too. I'm sorry, what? Are those the same people that talk about being the alpha of the pack and shit? I had a very visceral reaction during our game yesterday because someone referred to, like, there was, like, we read an article on a table of Alan's, like, bad boy self that was, like, all about how to be an alpha male. I genuinely almost vomited in my mouth. Nothing is a bigger turnoff than someone trying to talk about that shit at me. I'm an alpha male and everybody bows down to me and things just happen for me because I'm so fucking masculine. What the fuck? Get the fuck out of my radius. Break a dog? I fucking hate that. The moment somebody starts to talk, like you need to dominate. Oh, I'm getting sick. I hate that for you. I hate that you even had to talk to someone like this. I stopped listening to anything they say. Positive reinforcement and redirection will make a much more capable companion than a dog that's afraid of you. 100%. I mean, I think about that in terms of, like, I have friends who were spanked, and, like, my mom, she did not spank us, and her reasoning, she told me, she was like, first off, she doesn't like violence, but she was like, being spanked by my parents didn't teach me anything. It just taught me to be sneaky and fear my parents. That's it. I didn't suddenly stop doing the behavior they hit me for. I just learned how to do it without them figuring it out. Which is fucked. Really fucked. And I think about that, like, a dog is not even as intelligent as a toddler who can put those thoughts together. Why the fuck would I want my life partner to fear my hands ever in any instance? Like, I thrive on the fact that when my dogs are scared, they come to me and they come stand between my legs and I'm home for them. I'm safe place. I never want that to be not the case. Like, my God. And I've done it all with love. I've never touched my dog in a negative emotion ever. It's all just with love, and you're fine. You're great. You're just such a good boy. The horse world is a fucked up place. The only reason as a young girl I wanted to grow up and teach people they can train their horses to be their partners instead of their maid. Yeah. Quit licking my armpit. Why? I stupidly started a universal Medicare medical support argument with my boomer. Oh, I'm so sorry. We all make mistakes. We all make mistakes. I know. I have to love both of you now, and I can't drink my coffee. It's fine. Can I just say my ex is an alpha male? Your ex is beta as fuck, but his fantasy's cute. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't use the term alpha male, but Def has the mentality, but watching him get smacked down by a woman judge yesterday was golden. It's kind of like, my dad used to say this when we were kids about commercials. If you see the same commercial for the same product over and over and over again, i.e., if someone has to tell you 20 times a day that something's great, is it that great? Versus that thing that's stuck around for 20 million years because of word of mouth and you've never seen an ad for it. Or like people that have to wear their opinions on their t-shirt. Or like, you know, like, It's like that. Like, if you feel the need to prove your alphaness that hard so often, I feel like it's probably not happening for you. You know? Alpha males is just astrology for dudes. You unplugged me, bud. You did it again. Thank you, bub. I didn't need to hear my music. That's okay. That's fucking beautiful. I feel bad that that mentality happens. Like, where did it come from? Oh my god. Till, shut the fuck up. Wait, I'm so sorry. But I need to scroll. Till said a funny and I need to read it. Stop it. Stop it. My parents used to spank me with a wooden spoon until I brought it to school for show and tell in kindergarten. That is the most beautiful chaos demon move I've ever heard. That's glorious. I didn't think how bad that would be as a kid, probably, but geez, I mean, I think a lot of us probably have a fun show and tell story, right? It's probably something we shouldn't have brought for show and tell. I did it. I brought my dead dad to school in a bag of cremation and told everyone my dad died that weekend. That's what Katie did. So, you're not alone. We all have misjudgments here and there. Why are you licking everywhere? You're so moist. I love you. You don't have to lick me everywhere all the time. You brought prison shivs? Or wait, someone else did. My mother spanked me with a... Stop licking my body! My mother spanked me with wooden spoons until they broke. She only stopped because Dad told her she wasn't allowed to buy new ones. Yeah, that's gross. They're remembering what it's like to feast on human flesh in the wild. I have no idea I don't know if it's a grooming thing or if they just like want my lotion off because I put lotion all over my body in the morning, but every day it's like any exposed skin, they want to lick it. And why? 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 What? Oh. What are you doing? What are you doing, Bubba? What are you doing? Being a fucking goober. You do it too. I don't even want to hear it. There's no innocence here. Miss Ma'am. Good morning, VR. How are you, love? I've been accepted to one of those jobs I applied for. Fuck yes, Nick! Exciting! I will cheers you as soon as these creatures leave me the fuck alone. You're very early today. You're very much pushing this every day. Just by they're pushing the time by a few minutes every day. I feel like you know what you're doing. You're too smart for this. When I'm at a ClassyKatie stream, when I'm excited to see Void Boy, but the first things I hear upon entering, I brought my dead dad to school, and you brought prison shivs? Yep, I'm where I need to be. I find it interesting that a commonly repeated anecdote in my family about tough love is that my wait, where's the finish? Hold on. My family, I think we all have those stupid sayings. Mine, suffer to be beautiful. What? Suffer to be beautiful. I think my Nana was in tune with, like, the Kardashians before they even existed. I don't know. I'm good. Can I put my headphones on? Will you let me? Thank you. You're very sweet. You're just neurotic. My dog's obsessed with licking my ears, like full on wet willy. They want to do the same to me. Like, they want to lick in my ear. They want to lick my boob crack, like any armpit. And I'm just like, I love you so much, but I don't need to be groomed. I bathed. I don't need you to lick all the pits. I appreciate you, but we don't have to do that. What? Those eyes. What? They're adorable. They're just so weird. If my dog would just stop spearing my nuts, oh, they goose me all the time. Trick forever, since a puppy, he thinks that the centimeter of a gap between my thighs is plenty of room for him. So if I'm like standing in the hall or just standing in a doorway, he barrels between my legs instead of just going to the side. I clearly don't fill up a fucking doorway. We could just go to one side or the other. No. Boosh. And 9 times out of 10, he just nails his shoulders straight into my thighs or something. Like, that's not enough room for him if that's not apparent. But he thinks it is. That crack of light, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. Bonk. He's knocked me over before. Like, he goes full force. He's fucking, you're a very special boy. You're a very special boy. Mm-hmm. He's just staring at me, talk shit about him. You're special. He is. He's just a baby. Oh, Dream, I'm sure it has some. I always assumed it was sweat. Ruben fucking pinched the home health aide's ass with his teeth. Oh my god, he's like hurting her. I've actually read that that's a term of endearment. Like, if dogs do that to you, like those little pinches, they like you. A common anecdote in my family, tough love, is shown when my grandma was out on the public bus with 6 daughters. My mother was the oldest, and they were being rowdy and such. But as soon as my grandma flashed the wooden spoon in her purse, they all went back to silently sitting on the bus as good American Irish Catholic girls. All right, I'm gonna say something here that might, I don't know. I wouldn't feel very proud of the fact that my children only listen to me when I threaten to hit them with a foreign object. Is that just me? Yeah, mouth fight now. None of that's impressive to me. I'm not impressed by someone who fears their child into behaving. I don't think that's cool. My husband's cat stands heavy. Like, she insists on standing on my lap while I'm on the toilet, and when she jumps down, I have like 4 perfect paw prints on my thighs. Lilith. I don't know what it is. Trick is like graceful. Like, he knows, I don't know, like, I'm not just playing favorites. He like distributes his body across the weight of his body. Lil, it's like all on her first front feet or on her elbows, and she will leave like welts. She just stands heavy. I've never heard that term before, but that's literally what she does. And you guys see her, she jumps heavy. Like, Trick is very graceful and comes up and puts his hands up. She's like, she's just a Muppet. I don't know. He's like 6 different herding breeds. Little nibbles and pinches are going to happen with him. Though he's learning, he needs to be more gentle about it. Yep, my little sister's dog does that. Used to hurt us when he was a puppy. It was really fucking cute. Until he became full. And now he has the cutest little overbite of his teeth. It's so cute. Pood mouth battle live on PPV. Let's go! She's got him on the ropes. If only it was more bright on the couch where you could actually see them. He just, oh, there he goes. Do you see those hops he has? He literally has like a 3-foot vertical to the side. It's crazy. I'm not part of this. Go battle your sister. I'm not part of this. He comes over because he wants base. No shit, VR. I have a 9-foot fence in my yard. He could clear it if he wanted to. He can jump, and I see his entire body is higher than the fence, but he doesn't go over it. I'm really grateful for that, but he could if he wanted to. I'm not base. I love you. I'm not base, though. I know, right? But it's like, it's fine because we're all so well adjusted. Don't you love that? I love that. You guys all turned out great. Oh, okay. My dad came home from school one day and his mom had moved the family to a new apartment and didn't tell him. Oh, my grandma did that to my dad. Is that normal? That's the second time I've ever heard of a family doing that. No shit. My dad went to college for his freshman year, and when he came home for Thanksgiving break, strangers were living in his house. His mom literally picked up and moved to Wisconsin and said nothing. What the fuck? It's not normal, right? None of that's normal. She was a nut. My dad's mom was she was like Catholic, if you will. Like, very. Have fun, dream. Yeah, I thought that wasn't normal. I was gonna say, it just seems so fucked up. Why would anyone do that to a child? Do we need to go outside already? Is that... Thank you. Do you... Oh. Okay. You got a dog hair right on my mouth where I kissed you. They are, and my whole family is on my mom's side. Historically, very Catholic. How'd you get it in my mouth? Very Catholic, and it shows. They are nutcases. There's a weird balance between not being abused and going through stuff that forces you to learn coping strategies like a normal human being. And I think there's no baseline, but also depending on the culture, it's hard to judge. The mild stuff, extreme stuff is easy. I get that. Are you on? Get. You're unplugging my shit again, bud. I love you. Here's up. I love my dog. I love my dog. I love my dog. I love my dog. He just has a knack. He puts his paws in my headphones and just... I think he knows what he's fucking doing. You're too smart for your own good, Bubba. I mean, it was right. That's why I say, like, I say it facetiously. Like, obviously, I don't have kids, so my opinion doesn't matter. Like, I don't. I'm not raising children, but I still think about it because I was a child that was raised, and I think about that stuff all the time. And, like, I don't know. I would never know what that happy balance is because I don't think, and again, my opinion doesn't matter, so don't feel the need to argue with it or anything, but I don't think kids should be left to run amok. Like, and I hate to say it, but that was pretty much me and my siblings because my parents both were beaten by their parents. Like, not just spanked, beaten. So we were just like, my mom, I very clearly, and I hate that I use this to my advantage because I was a little shithead, but I very clearly remember her having a fight with my stepdad one time. Because my stepdad wanted to say no about something, and my mom was like, if we don't have a valid reason to say no, I'm not going to say no. And I was like, I wasn't supposed to hear this conversation. I think I was down the hall or something, but that formed exactly who I became. I was like, oh, motherfuck. If you don't have a valid reason, you won't say it. Let's fuck. And we were feral. I mean, my mom, like anybody that's been in my community for any amount of time that's heard any stories about my childhood will tell you. Like, it was a attendance count. It was a head count at the end of the day. You're all in the house sick. There's just too many of us, exhausted parents, like, no idea where, like, you know, I had a curfew, 1 a.m. Like, okay. You know, like my sister in high school, she was allowed to go 2 hours away from home and stay the night at her college boyfriend's house. Like, we were really given no bounds, all gas, no brakes, 100%. And we were given all the tools like dirt bikes and shit to get in trouble. I don't think that's good either. Like, none of that's okay. There's got to be some sort of medium in there where it's like you're not beating your kids, but also boundaries are good, because to this day I still have weird things about people saying no to me. Like, I literally started the stream today with telling you all I wanted in my whole life was a chunk of land. No one can tell me no. It's literally how we started today. That's what I have now, is my land. No one can tell me no. But I don't think that's good either. Like, there's actually been studies. I read a study when I was in college, and it was about how kids that are given, like, restrictions, rules, reasonable curfews, et cetera, actually can perceive that their parents love them more than kids that don't have any rules, because with kids with no rules assume their parents don't care. It's really fucked. It's kind of fucked. No Katie's land, exactly. Right, if I wasn't home by the time the streetlights were on, I was in trouble. Yeah, I didn't. We didn't have streetlights. What ethnic background, if I may ask? I'm just wondering, because it does. So it's actually super interesting. So my Nana, like my mom's side, genuinely from Ireland. Like, her mom was a mail order bride through the Catholic Church. Not even a joke. They're Irish. Like, my whole life, my Nana was like, it doesn't matter what your father is, you're Irish. We were Irish kids. Like, that was it. She was very culturally into it. She was raised in an Irish Catholic nun orphanage in Seattle. With all of her siblings, because the dad who mail ordered her mom abandoned the family because he was an alcoholic and a womanizer. So the mom could not support her family, so she had to be a live-in maid. So she had to put all of her kids in an orphanage, an Irish Catholic orphanage. It's just a terrible, terrible story. And then on my other side, it's Jews escaping persecution. It's just Syrian and Cypriot Egyptian. It's just tumultuous on both fucking sides. Real hard. Real hard. It's like it's literally the wall of death of all the crap. And it's so hilarious because my entire, like, for the most part, other than one or two of my cousins who are very unfortunately Trumpers, we're all shocked, has gone fully atheist. Like, all of my cousins who are like my second cousins, so kids of the cousins of my generation, atheist as fuck. Like, just... Like, I feel like my generation, we were the last ones to try to buy into it because it made mom smile. And the rest of them just like, whatever. They don't give a fuck. It was just too much. It was too much garbage. It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your feral kids are? Yeah, part of me thinks my parents moved us to the middle of nowhere because they knew that we really couldn't get that far. Like, there weren't any neighbors for us to be at, so they just screamed into the wilderness, and eventually we'd all come from the woods or the beach or something. Recovering Catholics, very much so, i.e. atheists. Like, my little sister, man, if you got her talking about religion, she hasn't even done the Bible read we did. For those that don't know, a few years back, we read the Bible on stream. It was a terrible time, terrible book. Terrible people all throughout, just so much murder. Like, I live on listening to true crime. That book is grosser than most of the true crime I listen to. But my little sister, man, she really, like, since day one has been like, fuck all that. Fuck religion. Whereas I remember very clearly, like, in my early 20s, mentally battling with, like, I knew I was an atheist, but to say it out loud felt dirty. Like, I felt icky. It was like, do you remember the feeling when you first started cussing? And you were like, this feels good, but also like, ooh, I'm a dirty. This is a dirt. Like, when you're a little kid, like, you'd say, fuck, ooh, I'm a bad. Like, that's how it felt. Now I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care what anybody thinks I am. Like, I'm spiritual. I hug trees and I talk to my plants and I name my bushes. No pun intended. I don't need a label for it, though. Whatever the fuck that is, but I don't believe in God. Fuck that. All the horsecock. The funny part is the horsecock and the donkey semen that is in the Bible. By the way, if you'd like me to read the verse, I will. Doesn't even graze the top of the worst things in that book. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was just a woman lusting after horsecock. Like, there's an entire block of that book dedicated to not explaining why we need to chop up baby dicks. Oh, it replaces the sacrifice of the firstborn son to slice up little penises. Oh, and just to throw in, we originally did it with our teeth. Like, it wasn't until, like, relatively modern times in the history of religion and the human race that we started using professional tools outside of a hospital to remove foreskin. Rabbis still use their teeth. You want to be friends with someone who, like, they're like, yeah, the job I want when I grow up is where I bite skin off dicks of babies. What? What god are you buying into that said that's a good idea? Leave the dicks alone. Leave them alone. It is bullshit. But I mean, I'm glad I read it, and the only way I could do it is do it on stream with you guys, because we laughed so much, and we researched into shit we didn't understand, like, we didn't just take shit at face value, we did some fucking work on that book to try to understand it. Now I have just so many, just not even arguments, I have facts I can throw out, like, I memorized parts of the Bible, like, for instance, the words God and love are not in the same sentence of the entirety of the Bible until 15 pages before the end. God and love are not in the same fucking sentence until 15 pages before the end of the book. Things like that I love, because people are like, you don't understand. It's all about God is love. No, it is not. No, it is not. It's all about some old dude sitting on a hill for 400 years and murdering people who touch that hill. Moses. It's all about chewing off baby dicks. It's about horsecock and semen. There's an entire Saul Paul and his obsession with, like, women's hair is their glory, but also their sin. And if I see it, I'm going to shave it off. And people swear on this book, like, to get married. They're like, yeah, that's the one. Ah, okay. I'd rather swear on a fucking, I don't know, an encyclopedia. I don't know. Like, I have so much shit out of that book now. All the shit that they don't want to talk about, they claim is not in there, whatever, I have it all now. So when you tell me about this holy book and you want to come at with, I can be like, absolutely not. Let's go to Ezekiel 25, whatever, and let's read about the horse cum. And they'll be like, no, you're misinterpreting. No, I am not. And there she lusted after her lovers, whose emissions were that of horses and whose issue was that of donkeys. Like, I've almost got it fucking memorized. You can't with me anymore. And I love that, because the amount of times that shit was thrown at me as a kid, and I couldn't argue it because I didn't know it. All I knew was what they told me. So if they told me, I was like, okay, I guess that's it. Cupcake was not the horse, by the way. She's innocent in all of this. Yeah, I can explain why I have this baby dick in my mouth. Others have done it before me, and the skin is just... Because if I didn't bite this baby dick skin off, I'd have to kill your firstborn for God. Because that's the kind of God we want to buy into. The one that either wants me to chew on baby skin or kill your firstborn. Like, not kidding you. That's where foreskin originates. So this is... do you want to know the story of foreskin originating? Like, why we remove it? It's great. I'll tell you it. It's one of my favorite stories in the Bible. I don't remember the names because names don't stick with me for some reason. So, we've got a prince. He invades a city, captures a princess, rapes the fuck out of her, and then gives her back. Fast forward a few weeks or whatever, he contacts the king of the princess and was like, you know your daughter who I raped a bunch? I think I'd like to take her as a wife. The king goes, well, in order for you to take my princess daughter, whom you raped, as a wife, you and all of your men must get circumcised. Why? What in the fuck? He agrees. We don't touch the baby dicks. No, I'm not. Get the fuck. Go. Go away. You scared me. Shoo. 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 I hope if people knock on my door, they get scared by that shit. So anyways, he says to the... Shut up! Please. We done? Okay. So anyways, he tells the prince and that him and all of his men, his entire military, have to cut their foreskins off because you can't marry my daughter if you still have your foreskins. You're dirty. You're not part of our religion. So the prince is like, all right, I guess that's how bad I want it. So him and all of his men cut all their foreskins off. And on the day they do it, the king of the raped daughter fucking razed the city. If you don't know what that means, literally burnt it to the ground. And no one could fight back because they were all crippled from their dicks being cut up. That's the first mention of dick cutting upness in the Bible. And then, you know, the whole, like, firstborn son, the Moses story, whatever, like, paint the lamb's blood on your door, otherwise your firstborn son's got to be sacrificed to God because of Abraham, blah, 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 blah. Then all of a sudden they're like, well, if you let us chew your baby dick skin off, then maybe we won't kill your firstborn anymore. Circumcision. And now it's so normal, they don't even ask in hospitals. They just assume you want baby dicks cut up. And I'm not saying your dick's ugly or otherwise. Your dick is perfect the way it is. Like, you have a beautiful penis. Just love your penis. But, like, I don't know how, like, I've never had a baby, but, like, if someone came at my baby's dick with a laser right after it coming out of my body, I don't know what I would do. I'd fucking burn it to the ground. Don't touch my baby. What are you doing? Like, we are literally, to this day, how many years later, still being born with foreskin? I think we're supposed to have it. Like, maybe just clean your dick. Why? She's just back behind me, huffing at nothing. Dogs, I love them. Also, one of my favorites is that the Bible originally had no mention of gay. Like, they love to come at you with the Bible and be like, it's a sin to be gay. No, it is not. It's a sin to fuck kids. But sometime in the 1450s, the Catholic Church kept getting in trouble for fucking kids, so they paid someone to change the Bible to a man should never lay with a child to a man should never lay with another man, and all of a sudden, it was okay for priests to do what they do, but you can't be gay. That's one of my absolute fucking favorites. They literally paid for a fucking edit. Everyone knows about it. It's on record. We know it happened. You can find Bibles still to this day and that are like printed versions that have the original wordage in it. But people be like, oh, no. The original word of God is wrong. It's the gay now. Okay. Sure. Whatever you say, Tammy. Dick cutting upness. I mean, I say dick cutting upness because, like, nowadays in the hospital, we strap your baby down to a board like Jesus being crucified, and we use a laser, which is why a lot of the times it gets fucked up because if the little penis twitches while the laser is doing its nonsense. And before that, we used a scalpel and we cut it off, and before that, people chewed it off with their teeth. You know? Did you cast? No shit. What was their response? Did they even have one? I love it because I'm not even just trying to be a shit. I'm just like, no, you're wrong. You just clearly didn't read the Bible. Like, I did. I got it. We can go reference it if you want. And it shuts people down so fast because I'm not judging. I don't think I'm better than anyone else just because I read the thing, but don't come at me with it if you've literally never read it. You can't come at me. You have no fucking argument. Shush. Go read it and then come at me. And like, man, you see people sitting there like romantically reading the Bible on TikTok and shit. Like, this is how I start my day and it makes me feel magical. And I'm like, really? What part are you at? My God. Just back it up with reason. And I mean, facts. Big air quotes for those just listening. Facts. It's just what it actually says. It's literally the Bible. Like, you can make up your own fake shit, but don't come at me with it that it's Christian and it's what God said, because it's not. I have the book and I've read it. I read it hard. It sucks. I know. Do I have because sweet vanilla, damn it.
Tammy.
But sweet vanilla bitches don't get sternum tattoos. That's true. I told them that over the course of our lifetimes, we'd experienced 2 times that people have believed the rapture, 1999, 2000, and 2012. 100, I mean, and that's just the most 2 recent. This is a horrible, like, Jehovah Witnesses have tried to pull this thing many times. Many. I know we have some ex-Jehovah Witnesses in chat who can speak to this more factually than I can. The Jehovah Witness religion has pulled this whole it's the end of the world thing so many fucking times since their little establishment of their little cult. I'm sorry, religion. It's crazy. I have a friend whose mom took her own life because the Jehovah Witness Church convinced her it was the end of the world sometime in the 80s. She sold everything she owned, gave all of her money and possessions to the church, and then the world didn't fucking end. And the church up in that tent she went to every Saturday just disappeared mystically, along with all of her money, all of her belongings, everything. Like, horrible. They're horrible. I don't know how any of it's legal. It's fucking horrible. Right? We read it on streaming. Go watch the fucking VOD if you don't feel like reading it. No shit. There's genuinely probably hours of VODs of me reading that fucking book. It was so bad. But I'm glad I have that because I can literally go cite it. I can pull a Bible and cite exactly what I'm talking about. You can't. And by you, I mean the proverbial Christian who I'm arguing with. They can't. They have no idea what they're talking about. Like, my favorite is when I throw out that there's no God and love in the same sentence until about 15 pages before the end of the Bible. Watching someone scramble to find it gives me much pleasure. Because it's real. I'm not, like, I did this so I'm not just a biased atheist with just, no, it's real. That's real. Those two words, God, love, not between the same punctuation until 15 pages before the end of the fucking book. Okay. But God is love. No, he's not. Only for 15 pages. Ish. It's like 15 or 17 pages. That's the only time he is. Really? Really? And like, Jesus' entire family tried to push him off a cliff and slaughter him and disembowel him because he said, and I quote, maybe treat your neighbors nice. Jesus' whole family, brothers and sisters, were like, fuck that guy, disembowel him, push him off a cliff. How dare he? But we're living like Jesus. No, you live like his fucking shitty neighbors, bitch. Or the resurrection. That's one of my favorites, the resurrection of Jesus. The fact that, like, Jesus was only one of, like, 16 people brought back from the dead. Where the fuck are those other 15 people, and why don't they have religions? Like, we genuinely raised, like, they raised so many zombies on that day. So many people came back from the dead. It was not just Jesus. But everybody was like, Jesus, because he wants us to like our neighbors, and he was in it. He folded his clothes in the cave. What a gentleman. But where the fuck are all these other people? These just fucking gods? I love that. That's the shit that I'm like, how did you haven't read this. You haven't read this. You haven't read this because I swear to God, fucking Harry Potter makes more sense. And that's written by a piece of shit turf. I normally tell them I study lots of religious texts, and I've got a whole bunch in the library. Their faces fall like, we didn't plan for this part of the conversation. People definitely do not look at me and assume I've read that book and I can fucking throw some page numbers at you. They'd never. So it shuts down the argument because they're just not ready. And I'm not here to argue. I just don't like when people lie. I don't appreciate you openly lying out loud with your big dumb mouth because people are listening. It's rude. It's genuinely very rude. Like, you should rethink your tactics. So I'm just here, like, as a person who I don't enjoy lying and I don't like to spread misinformation. If I'm spreading misinformation, I truly hope someone stands up and is like, hey, that's probably, like, hey, here's a reference and I'll be like, oh my God, you're right. Look at us learning today. This is a learning space. Welcome to class. Right? So I assume that about other people, like, oh my God, you're spitting some absolute trash. Would you like some facts about that fun little book you love so much? Because, and I'm not a joke in any way, shape, or form. I've read some fucked up books in my life, a lot of weird smut. I've read everything by Anne Rice. I have never incurred a book that mentioned horse semen and or donkey dicks and the lusting for them, other than the Bible. The holy motherfucking Bible, my dudes. That's it. But okay. Those last 15 pages are surprisingly when God gave up and said, fuck it, y'all are on your own and dipped. Love thine selves. Peace. Failed fucking experiment. You need to read the Necroscope series. In the later books, there is some shit. I don't want to read about horse semen. I'm not aiming for that. It's not about like horse shit. I don't. That's not a goal of mine. I didn't go for the Bible to read about the horse demons. I just want to make that clear. No hate. Not my jam. It is. I mean, ants, no shit. The way that I very casually and cheaply summarize the Bible is it's the exact same story told 3 times over, shittily and more complicated every single time. So it's like one dude told a story, wrote it, and then another dude read it and was like, I could throw some more shit in there, and wrote it again, but made everything exponentially worse. And then another dude was like, oh shit, I could write a better version of those stories, and did it again. And then they just put it all into one book. So it's the same story over and over and over with maybe some different names, but it's fucking weird. And it's just, I could go on and on and on. There is actually, I wonder where that book is right now. I should go look for it. We need to take a break anyways. There's a really good book that we used that actually helps you get through the Bible. Like, it helps you with some of the language. It helps you with a lot of the translations. It helps you with, like, going and looking for sources, source material on stuff that doesn't quite make sense, or those changes I was talking about like man laying with a man was originally like, don't fuck kids. It's really good, though. I think it's called Ken's Guide to the Bible. It's kind of funny. It's definitely got a satirical spin on it, but it was really helpful in getting through the thing. That was my argument to my friend, that the Bible was written by men at the time that they wanted power and to control the masses 100%. There is no way you can convince me religion exists outside of that for any reason whatsoever. Religion is absolutely down to just mass control. Yeah. It's crazy. Like, that's it. It's so crazy. It's Ken's, I think it is. Let's take a quick break. I'm just going to go. I won't take too long. I could go. I have so many bookshelves. You guys know this. I have a million books. I'm going to look at my bookshelf and see if I can find it really quick. But that's the book where, like, it has those fun facts like, did you know? Because by the time you're done reading the Bible, you're exhausted. It's very long, very boring, very repetitive. It's horrible. Not a fun book at all, in my opinion. At the end, like, it gives you fun facts like, did you realize? Did you know and realize that the words God and love are not in the same sentence until 15 pages before the end? Oh, but God is love. No, he's not. Only for 15 pages. Of how many fucking pages is that book? And for those wondering, we read the, I think it's called the New International Holy Bible. It's the most common one in the world. That's it. I didn't go buy a Bible. It was literally just what's on my fucking shelf. And I don't know why I had a Bible, to be completely honest with you. No idea. It might have been Zeke's. The use of the animals are representation of certain nations, other people for the sake of, I don't know, metaphor. It's literally translated, but it's known, blah, blah, blah. And why repeat it like that? I don't know. I hate the concept of the Bible known today is definitely not what was said. The translations are solely political moves. We don't really know the Bible, and we're just praising propaganda of old men following basically a legend. Yes. I have more personal proof in my life that the tooth fairy is real. So. Oh, I like that. Necroscope. I don't know. You mentioned it right when I said I'd never read another book that involved horse dicks. And so I was like, wow, are you suggesting a book with horse dicks? This is not where I don't want to connect with you on this level. That's where our inside thoughts, we keep those on the inside. That's something I'll just judge you for later on my own. Look at us bonding over horse dick. It is a line. What is it? Ezekiel, and there she lusted. Ezekiel 23:20, and there she lusted after her lovers, whose genitals were like those of donkeys, and whose emissions were like that of horses. I wasn't far off. I think I flipped the donkeys and the horses part. I've almost got that thing memorized. That's how many times I've whipped that out. But I love when people are like, we got married and we swore on the Bible. I'm like, oh my God, you want to know a fun verse in the Bible? My favorite. This is the one I would have read at your wedding if I could have. And I pull it out. The looks on their faces. When they realize, in fact, they are no better than Mr. Hands. I'll be right back. I gotta go pee. Welcome back. Wub, 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 wub. I found it. It's bigger than I thought. I was looking for a thinner spine. I really didn't think I'd find it right away. Thank fuck I organized. This is the little guide, Ken's Guide to the Bible by Ken Smith, BA. It's pretty fucking fun. This made it bearable. That's what she said. It makes the Bible more bearable, I feel. He's got some humor in it. I can't say he's not biased. I don't know what that, I don't think he's like into the Bible very much. I'm trying to find it. We marked a lot of pages on here, but there was one that would have said the how many pages from the end. It says the love part, and I can't remember. Fucking Paul Saul, the guy who just literally, you know how I told you it was 3 different stories written by 3 different dudes. So in the last version, no shit, one guy just like writes a version of the story, Saul Paul, and then he doesn't like his own version and wants to write a new version of what he's already written, so he just changes his name to Saul or Paul. He like starts out Saul and goes to Paul, or starts out Paul and goes to Saul. Like and people were like, yeah, that's a different person. It's just so fucking dumb. I just don't understand. People have historically always been stupid. Paul, this is the Saul Paul. Paul loathes the ladies. This is the guy who talks all about the fucking like hair. This is the guy who hates women. This is what a lot of people love to quote when they talk about how women are less than men. Women should be silent in churches, for they're not permitted to speak, but should be subordinate, as the law also says. If there is anything they desire to know, let them ask their husbands at home. Wives, submit to your husbands as to the Lord, for the husband is the head of the wife, as Christ is the head of the church, and as the church submits to Christ, so also wives should submit to their husbands in everything. Kill me. This is the one about hair. If a woman does not cover her head, she should have her hair cut off. A man ought not to cover his head, since he is the image and glory of God. But the woman is the glory of man. For this reason, and because of the angels, the women ought to have a sign of authority over her head. Does not the very nature of things teach you that if a man has long hair, it is a disgrace to him? But if the woman has long hair, it is her glory, for long hair is given to her as a covering. So her hair is a covering. But if she doesn't cover her hair is a covering by God. But if she doesn't cover her covering given to her by God, they shave it off. Tell me how any of it makes sense. Like, hair? Yeah, I don't. Time to stop, chop. Right, it just, none of it. Marriage counselor Paul. It's good for a man not to marry, but since there is so much immortality, each man should have his own wife, and each woman her own husband. Do not deprive one another, except perhaps by agreement for a set time to devote yourselves to prayer, and then come together again, so that Satan may not tempt you because of your lack of self-control. If anyone feels he ought to marry, he should do as he wants, but he who does not marry does even better. It's just weird. Really weird beliefs of Paul. This is 6:3-4, Paul. Do you know that all of us who have been baptized unto Jesus Christ were baptized into his death? Therefore we've been buried with him by baptism into death. God has graciously granted you the privilege not only of believing in Christ, but also suffering for him as well. If I do what I do not want, it is no longer I that do it, but sin that dwells within me. If we are out of our mind, it is for the sake of God. I just don't. It's so dumb. It's dumber than I remember. You should read it. It is. It's like a Monty. It's I mean, it's more poorly written. It's just, it's like, it talks in circles. I remember that. There was a lot of circular speech. Without the shedding of blood, there is no forgiveness of sins. Circular logic. No one who is born of God will continue to sin because God's seed remains in him. He cannot go on sinning because he's been born of God. So technically you can't sin. Those who do not believe in God, who have made him a liar by not believing in the testimony of God. It's just, I hate it. I hate it. I'm trying to find that page. I'm going to find it. It's been a while. I'll never read that book again. That was just bad. What up, Don? How are you? All hail Brian. I agree with that one. Some of the shit he says in there, but yeah, Ken's Guide to the Bible, if you ever feel like reading through that terrible novel, it's a novel experience. It's just more people, and that's the thing. Like, and we don't, like, how do we know? That's what drives me crazy, is people have all these theories about who wrote it, and when they wrote it, and why they wrote it, and I'm like, how the fuck do you know? You don't have fingerprints. You have the word of that dude. Some dude being like, my name's Paul, and this is my story. Like, that's all we have. That's it. Like, we can, you know, track it as far as we want, but like, like, seriously, and the sheer amount of fucking edits in the fucking book that have just throughout the years been pervasive. It's how, like, just basing your whole life on something like that when it's like, trust me, bro. Fucking trust me, bro. I just don't understand. It is. It's like the world's, like, not the oldest, but it's one of the oldest games of telephone, right? You know what blew my mind was the first and pretty much only mention of Satan, really, outside of being used as just like a verb, like a mystical verb. Literally, the character who is introduced at like the first time in the Bible as like this Satan, and that's in this. This describes it. I can't remember. It's been too many years. I have no idea when we read it. But the original translation of the word Satan was just questioner, just person who questions. So, like, very Cliff Notes story, guy in a field, barren, nothing will grow. God talks to him from the clouds. I'm doing this to you on purpose. I'm blessing you with this struggle and these trials and these tribulations. Don't worry about it. Nothing's ever going to grow, but you'll be fine. And Satan, i.e. just some dude who's like, maybe we should question the voice in the sky. Maybe it's starvation leading to a little bit of psychosis that's making us hear voices in the sky. Satan. That's the first. And from that moment on, it is Satan if you question the word of God. Like, that is it. But it amalgamates into a figure, into like an actual creature or whatever. I don't know. It's like the origins of where shit comes from, like the foreskin story and shit like that. That's the shit that really, like, what the fuck? Like, and originally someone bought into that. But questioning, and we all know that, like, any of us that grew up religious, like, that was one of the worst things you could do was question any of it. So that's been, like, the idea of questioning any of it is a pervasive behavior. Like, that's pervasive. That's absolutely, but it's like, you're not Satan. It's just like Satan is who you're listening to. It's the sin and the Satan in your heart if you question, as opposed to just accepting that you should just, you know, blah, 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 blah. Someone said people who are into the present religion are because they are used to an order where you have a leader and don't question. It's very much. I've said that before, but I'm a little, like, in a weird way, I'm jealous of people that have faith and religion and just like this supposed lack of fear of death or like a lack of afterlife or whatever. Like, they are just so, the faith gives them what they need and they believe in this afterlife. And if they just follow a set of rules here, they get this mystical, like, foreverness. Blah. Like, I'm a little jealous of that from the outside in supposed, like, peace they have. But it feels like a lazy, a little. I kind of get that. Like, it's tempting to just fall back on, like, well, if they're wrong, it's not my fault because they told me this was it, right? As opposed to like making your own decisions for yourself, being of independent thought, forming opinions of your own out of your own gray matter, you know? It doesn't excuse it. I still think it's sad, but I can understand how that could be like tempting to fall back on. But man, if you just read that book for a little bit, it is so much murder. Like, that's one thing I remember pulling away from the book majorly is just like so much human slaughter because an angel or a voice in the sky or a light spark told you to do so, blah, 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 blah. Like, just so much pointless killing. It's just a lot of that, and I don't see how anyone who truly believes in like love and peace and being kind to people would ever really buy into that because it's just murder. It's just all the murder by the quote unquote good guys. I think that's why seeking advice is so popular. Tell me what to do exactly. The Band-Aid, right? We used to, I mean, you could really, I know I bring it back to healthcare, but I could relate it to healthcare. People come into the ER, they don't want, most of the time, they really don't want to know why it's happening. They don't want to know how they could prevent it. They just want me to fix it so they can go home. And no matter how many times I tell them, like, you're going to be back in the ER in a week, if you continue this lifestyle, continue this behavior, continue whatever you're doing, doesn't matter. They just want that Band-Aid to get home. They just want to go home as fast as possible, which I understand wanting to go home, but you're going to come back. Like, it's just this Band-Aid behavior, and I think it's kind of pervasive in society a little bit. I think because love is so hard to define, instead of thinking about it themselves, they want someone to tell them what love is. I'm so glad I don't have that. I don't need that. That makes me sad for them. Also, accept responsibility for your own actions and opinions, not blame it on it's my faith. Well, I think that's why it's an easy fallback, because if they do everything their church says and they follow their pastor's rules and things go wrong, it's not on them. It's like a guilt trade. I don't know how. It's like shoving the guilt off. Like, my church told me to do that. My pastor told me to do that. And I do what they say because if I don't, I won't make it to heaven. I feel like that's a little bit of a scapegoat for behavior. I think that every time someone, and bless, but anytime someone's like, man, if it wasn't for the good book, I don't know who I'd be. Oh my God. The book you've never read before is the only thing keeping you from being a terrible fucking human being? What? Get a therapist. Think about therapy. Think about it. That's terrifying. And if you have read the book and that's the only thing keeping you from being a terrible person, I'm almost more worried. It's a forfeit of responsibility, yes. Whether conscious or not, it very much is. It's like when you fuck up, when someone's like, here, grab this, and when you grab it, it breaks, and well, you told me to grab it. There's no fault here. It's just it broke in your hands. Well, you told me to do it. It's forfeiting responsibility for anything because someone told you to do it. It's that. It's what kids do. It's what little kids do. Oh, 100%. Then people get obsessed and aggressive with us ER providers because we don't have the quick fix and they don't want to hear out our actual medical advice. Oh my God. Witch, did I ever tell you the story? It's not really a story. It's not really a story. I had a patient come in who was relatively young. I want to say he was like in his late 30s and he already had like end stage emphysema. Like this guy smoked heavy, like God knows, packs and packs a day, right? So he comes into my ER and he's having an exacerbation. It's basically like an emphysemic asthma attack. He can't breathe. He's not getting oxygen on. He's feeling like shit, blah, blah, blah. And it's fucking end-stage emphysema. He literally has a pack of cigarettes sticking out of the pocket of his, like, flannel or whatever the fuck he's wearing. And so I go into, like, like, you know, charting his information, like how often do you smoke? How many packs a day? Do you find you smoke more with stress? Do you find you smoke more with job? Blah, blah, blah. And then I sit down with him and his wife and I'm like, hey, let's talk about smoking cessation because you're not even halfway through your life right now and you are end-stage emphysema. And for those that don't know what end-stage emphysema is, COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disorder. It is a distension of the alveoli of your lung tissue to the point where it no longer can facilitate oxygen CO2 transfer to the blood. So if you want to feel that, take the deepest breath you can possibly take. Hold it. Now breathe on top of it. That's what it feels like to have emphysema all the time. So the amount of damage you have to do to your lungs, and it could be an occupational hazard, like people that still work around asbestos or whatever, but the amount of damage you genuinely have to do to your lungs to have that in my age, like late 30s, is crazy. A lot. Like chronic. Just, I mean, you got to be living in it. So of course I sit down and I'm like, do you want to talk about smoking cessation or anything like that? Alternatives? Because, dude, if we put you on a ventilator right now, I don't know if I could get you off. Literal quote. Well, you're just a fucking ray of sunshine, aren't you? Fuck me for trying to keep you alive when you come to my ER. Okay. But, like, what do you want? What are you expecting me to do? Take the pack out of your pocket and hold your hand? He was just so bitchy about it. And I'm like, bro, why are you here then? What do you want from me? I know, like, fuck me for trying to save your life. Or at least give you a couple extra years. You're young enough to turn some of that damage around. Like, damn. But that's one of the, like, most standout to me because I'm like, you are clearly here for something that is caused by the pack sitting in your pocket right there. You've told me you smoke like 3 packs a day or something. It was some, like, one of those numbers where you're just like, oh my God, what else do you do? Do you shit with one hanging out your mouth? Like, it's crazy. I don't know where they find the time and I smoke pot all day. You guys know this. But, like, why even come to the ER? Part of me thinks the wife forced him to, and he's just there trying to get out. But, like, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Dawn, how old were you when you got diagnosed? Because we've been seeing actually younger diagnoses, and we don't think it's a correlation with an excessive smoking. It doesn't seem to be a behavior change, and we're actually thinking it has something to do with quality of fucking air. Like, adding insult to injury, do you know what I'm saying? Like, our air. 54 is young. That's young. That's any time before 65 we consider actually very young. Actually, I think it's like 67 now. That's considered extremely young to get diagnosed with something like that. Because it's just like, there has to be something else. There has to be an environmental factor unless you're literally pounding like 5 packs a day, which happens. Like people that work outside, construction, a lot of people that are like sign construction workers, like they hold the signs and direct traffic and shit like that. Like they are bored. It's a fidget toy. I empathize. I totally get it. It just sucks because like, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know what else to do for you. You came to me for help, right? Like, it's crazy what you're going to spend for this ER visit for what? I don't know what you want. I haven't met a ray of sunshine ER ICU nurse. I mean, I'm not like walking in like with like in black scrubs and an RIP balloon like, bro, let's talk about the next 10 years of your life and how that's all you got. Like that. I'm just like, hey, have you ever heard of Chantix? Literally, I start conversations I try to be as normal and real with patients. I don't try to be fake nice, but I just try to start a casual conversation. Have you ever tried to quit? What happens? Have you ever tried any cessation methods? Because like, if this is not getting better with your current lifestyle, it's like someone getting diagnosed with, is it type 2 diabetes? That's the one you get. Type 1, I think, is genetic. Correct me if I'm wrong. And type 2 you get from poor diet. It's like someone coming into the ED and getting diagnosed with diabetes and calling me a fucking ray of sunshine and just going home without any prescripts or anything and just going back to their normal life. Like, you're gonna die. This doesn't just get better on its own. It's not like a cut, you know? I don't know what you want or what you're expecting, but it's definitely that Band-Aid culture is pretty bad. I just Googled Ray of Sunshine. CK's picture popped up. That's just a Teletubby. We just look a lot alike. Oh, Viata, cheers. I had asthma since I was 5. I started smoking when I was 16. My lung doctors told me, since my grandmother and many other family members had COPD, that it's possible genetics involved. Very much so. There is a genetic component. There are people who have never smoked a day in their life who can get COPD. Absolutely. I can't remember the name of the gene, but it's a gene variation where, like, the elasticity of the alveoli of your lungs breaks down over time and no longer facilitates that oxygen transfer. They become flappy. Like, imagine a deflated balloon with all the dents and stuff in it. Like, the more round and taut that balloon is, the better we get that oxygen transfer. And the more flappy the balloon, we're not getting oxygen transfer anymore. There's a genetic component there, absolutely. There are people who have never smoked a day in their life who get COPD. That's a thing. It's rare, but it exists. It's definitely a thing. It's the same, like, in my family, like my stepdad's side of the family, they can smoke cigarettes till they're 90. They never get emphysema. They never get cancer. They just smoke forever. Some people get it in their 30s. It's crazy. Genetics really do play a part when it comes to that. And just like lifestyle. In my younger days of being a carpenter, I didn't really use PPE. Oh God. Now after being on this blue marble, I take that shit seriously and use it. Good. My stepdad is the same. And I think, honestly, it wasn't even, like, readily available to y'all. Like, my stepdad has worked construction his entire fucking life. He lays pipe, no pun intended. Like, literally, like, lays pipelines and shit like that. And he does underwater welding, and he builds water treatment plants, and he does all these amazing things. But, like, not only was the PPE not readily available, it wasn't even really mentioned as, like, it was, like, you can do this if you want to. We don't really know. And now my dad just has this persistent wet cough and lives on, like, not Ciclovir, Advair. What the fuck is Ciclovir? That's something. He lives on, like, Advair and shit like that because God knows what he's inhaled. Cement dust and shit dust from water treatment plants. All that shit for years and years and years. And just the last 20 years of his job, he absolutely wore the PPE all the time. But he came from, like, the 70s, 80s, when that just wasn't even spoken of. Like, it wasn't, I don't know. Genetics suck. I had someone come into the ER for smoking while on an oxygen tank. What? No. They can blow up. No. Okay. I don't know what to do with that. That's a blow up. You can literally explode. That is insane. I'm actually surprised I'm not diabetic. It's prevalent on both sides of my family tree. My sister and I kind of talk about that a lot because we have a lot of, like, not just diabetes, but, like, alcoholism is rampant. Like, my Nana was the first person in my family that I can consciously remember dying sober and not from the booze. So fucking rampant on both sides of my family, and my sister and I are just kind of like, weed's fun. Like, sometimes you end up a freak. And I don't know why. It also can have to do with genetics of your liver or whatever. Like, you might have just gotten the recessive good gene for, like, insulin production or whatever. Like, lifestyle can lead to that. Like, I know you've heard me talk about this, Beata, but if you guys don't know, you can literally train your liver to stop responding and kill you. Isn't that wild? So, like, something they've learned with, it's aspartame, which we all know is terrible. It's the shit, like, in Diet Coke and shit like that. Which, we all have an occasional Diet Coke. An occasional Diet Coke is not going to kill you. You'd literally have to drink, like, a gas tanker truck, like, semi-truck worth of Diet Coke a day for it to affect you. Let's not freak out. But aspartame, in excess, what happens is, not even in excess, so when your body is first introduced to aspartame, i.e. that fake sugar that's in a lot of diet sodas, not all of them, I can't speak to that, but in a lot of them, your body responds to it like it's real sugar. Therefore, your liver produces insulin and releases it into the blood to grab glucose and then bring it back to the liver to go into these receptors and then be processed by the liver, right? So then we don't have free glucose, i.e. sugar, just floating around in our blood. But what happens is your liver releases all this insulin and there's no glucose to grab because aspartame does not look the same, and these insulin is very receptor specific. So then slowly over time, what happens is when you drink that Diet Coke, your body won't release insulin because it has learned that that's a waste of energy. So then when you go eat something with real sugar, your body doesn't release insulin because it's learned that's a waste of time. Diabetes. Crazy. Crazy. You can literally over time train your body to be bad. Like a new homeostasis, you know? That's something they've only discovered in like the last 15 years. And it's very specifically with aspartame. Please correct me if I'm wrong if it's any other fake sugars at this point. But I think most of the other, like, not fake sugars, but like sweeteners that aren't sugar, artificial, I guess you would say. Most of them are plant derived at this point, like stevia and stuff. Those are fine. You metabolize them differently. Your body doesn't respond to them like it does glucose. But there's something about, which is why aspartame tastes so good. Because it's like glucose. It got debunked, but your brain responds and makes you crave sugar from eating fake sugars. Was it debunked? See, that's what I'm saying. This is a learning place. This was shit that I learned back when I was in school. The alcohol sugars might do that. Aspartame is not alcohol sugar. What's an example of an alcohol sugar? I don't know. I don't do fake sugars. Like, if I'm gonna eat sugar, I just eat some sugar in moderation. I think that's probably the best plan, unless you're diabetic or otherwise and your doctor is advised otherwise. Like, please, for the love of God, listen to your doctor. I'm not giving medical advice here by any means. Just some bitch on the internet with some degrees. That's it. But in my opinion, personal, allegedly, just eat a donut. 1. Get your sugar. Instead of like eating 3 boxes of sugar-free candy because it's quote-unquote sugar-free. Sorbitol and mannitol. Drakus, do you know what those are in? I've heard of them before, but like, what are foods we could avoid with those in them? I used to drink like a case of Diet Coke a day. Not a day, a week. Oh my God, a day? No, well, no. I would drink like a 24 case of Diet Coke a week. And on top of that, I just had a fountain drink at work because I worked at a fast food place and I just refilled it with Diet Coke all day. So I fucking don't really know how much I consumed, but I didn't drink water. It was like coffee and a Diet Coke. That was my day. It was crazy. I'm lucky I have teeth. I don't really drink soda either. It's every once in a while I crave a soda, and it's usually something like a squirt. Giggity. But you know, like that or like a Coke. Like every once in a while I just want a Coca-Cola. And I drink it, and then I'm like, I'm good. And then I don't want one for another, like, year or something. Every once in a while, though, usually in the summer, I'll crave one. If you don't know these things, Drakus, by the way, I'm not, like, quizzing you. I'm just genuinely curious, because I like to avoid these things. Like, I try, nobody's perfect, and, you know, processed food is delicious, but I try to avoid the most processed shit in the world that's gonna probably hurt me. And I think a lot of people here, too, as well. Yes, sins. I think that's kind of within reason, within moderation, absolutely. It's natural. It is naturally in some things, whereas there's obviously normal sugar, not bad here, 100%, yeah. Stuff like sugar-free gum. Oh, I've heard that's terrible for you. I think I've read about that as well. I think that's actually where I read about sorbitol or whatever, is in sugar-free gums, like, can give you indigestion and shit like that. And, like, it's a sugar-free gum, but it causes you to get hungry or something, right? I think that's what it was, like the sorbitol or whatever that alcohol sugar is, like it makes you crave food because it's not like a real sugar or something. I think I read something about that too. That sounds familiar now. I can't drink like mass-produced soda anymore. It's got to be like stubborn. It's got to be stubborn or something not as big. You ever have like Mexican Coke with real sugar in it? I swear to God, like if I have a Coca-Cola, like a regular, like a canned Coke or something, my teeth feel fuzzy after the first drink. I'm just like, ew, I can feel it, like the grit on my teeth. But if I have a Mexican Coke, nothing. Because it's like cane sugar. There's something about our processed sugar that does something weird where it like sticks to your teeth. I think dentists did it because they want to make money. Personal opinion, don't like dentists. I like a good root beer. Oh, yeah. Good root beer, a ginger beer. Absolutely. I even, every once in a while, like a good cream soda. Every once in a while. Once in a blue moon, I'll crave one of those. In my late teens to mid 20s, I could go through like 2 to 3 cases of soda a day. Now I'm like maybe a 2 liter a month or 3. That's dope. That's so much better. That was me though. Seriously, I lived on soda. I've told this before, but like before the age of like 21, I don't remember consciously drinking water. I think I literally started drinking water because I started drinking. Which is crazy. I remember like having basketball games in high school and my parents would show up late with a Diet Pepsi for me. And my coach would literally be like, "You're going to run laps if you don't have water." And I'm like, "I don't care. Chug the Diet Pepsi, go out on the court." Like I don't know. We were not in, like, Nalgene's, this whole, like, water bottle economy is crazy. We didn't drink water, and I'm fine. My skin looks, it's okay. Same, all I did was drink soda. I think a lot of us were like that because no one told us to do anything different. Think of all the weird drinks when we were kids, like Tang and juice boxes and Capri Sun, Sunkiss, Surge, Mountain Dew, Diet Coke, Coke. I mean, go on. The amount of beverages we had to choose from that were absolute garbage that wasn't water. Like, sure, there's a negligible amount of water in there, but I loved Tang. Yeah, Tang slowly, I think, became Sunny D, and I don't even think you can get the powder Tang anymore, really. But that was like, no one pushed water. No one said to drink water, ever. I don't know. I don't remember that happening. Oh, that's fake advertising. They're actually labeling it Mexican. That's just fucking racist. The fuck? By Mexican Coke, I mean the Coke that the nice abuelas sell on the streets because it has real cane sugar in it and came from Mexico. If that was, like, in case anyone out there was mistaken, not saying anyone was. It's just like, I'm not just calling a Coke Mexican. Like they are, apparently, which is fucked up. Everybody has a vice. You need a vice in life. We talk about that all the time, but nobody can be perfect. You go crazy. I don't believe in perfect. They mostly use safe artificial sweeteners today, but the brain confusing thing is fairly recent, and they have some signs that it affects your gut biome, which is potentially very bad. That's very bad. I love reading about that stuff, Drakus. If you ever find fun articles on that, like peer-reviewed shit, you can send it to me. I love reading about it. Like, I've said this before, but if I would have known about the careers that had to do with, like, the digestive system, the liver, all of that, I would have gone into something like that. I didn't even know that that was, like, a pathway until I got into anatomy and physiology, and I was already in a respiratory pathway. But man, it's fascinating. And we're constantly learning new things about it. Like, there's just so much information about the gut biome and how individual it is to everybody, et cetera, et cetera. I love reading about it. It's fun. Right. We all need a vice within reason. Just please, if you could pick a vice that's not killing you like heroin, I would feel better. Please. That being said, we don't shame addiction here in any way, shape, or form. That is a version of mental spicy, and I don't believe in shaming mental spicy people. I just hope if you want help, you have the resources to get help. And I hope you want help someday, because shit's bad for you. But, like, you know, we don't do that. I speak for everyone. I speak for the trees. I speak for the holes. We can't sin, though, because Jesus. We just read, we can't sin. We are incapable of sinning because we are in the image of God. And if we can sin, that means God can sin, and that's not possible. Or something. It's very cyclical. Everything's, yeah. Nope, I can't even. I try to make sense of it for the lols. It doesn't. It just. And then my hair's out, so like, ah! And I'm female, so like, ah! It's just. I love it, though. I'm going to be honest. I thrive in the level of sinners we have here. Like, the fact that a good portion of our community chose to be the sinning flesh that is woman. Like, fuck, yes. Let's get sinning, bitches. Cheers. Yo, we fucking, I mean, just existing is a sin, I guess. Boobs are sinful. Boobs, Vagina. Oh my god, I saw the funniest. I guess it's called book talk. You guys know I don't TikTok. I'm just on Instagram, so I see everything like weeks later on Instagram. But there's these like this trend of women presenting human beings reading like these like this trend of like teen young adult smut that's like basically a borderline abusive boyfriend, but the woman's like, I just love when he beats me. I know it's love on the inside, whatever. There's like this trend of books like this coming out recently. And what these women will do is they'll go through them and annotate them and correct the language, because a lot of the times it's male writers trying to write a female perspective. And the most recent one I read or I watched was this woman it was one book, and the amount of times vulva was not only just mentioned, but referencing the inside of a woman's body. She would stop every single time and go, the vulva's the inside part. He thrust his manhood deep within me, and I felt it hit my vulva. The vulva's the inside part. Or the outside part, excuse me. And then she'd go on and on. He thrust his fist inside me and tickled my vulva. The vulva's the outside part. And then it was fucking hilarious. Those are some of my, but like, man, literally like, how many times can you use the word vulva? It's never sexy. There's my vulva.
Vulva. You got your
That's the outside part.
I want to punch you in it.
It's kind of like 50 Shades, but it's not even, it's like high fantasy. Like, an example would be like, it's always the quintessential, like, plain looking, not special girl who no one really cares about her and whatever, and she's very basic and suddenly like a man kidnaps her and ties her up in her house, but slowly they fall in love after he sexually assaults her multiple times. But it's like under the thinly veiled cloak of like the occult or magic or young adult romance or something. Court of Thorns. Anybody read that? That's like one of the biggest right now. If you see someone reading those, now you know what it's about. I think they're trying to clean them up as the stories go on, but I know how they start, and it's not pretty. It's like fake. It's like what chodes think BDSM is. Like, oh, I get to tie up a hot bitch and do whatever I want. It's what that. I don't like it. 50 Shades of this in my vulva. That's the outside part. Rodbert's behaving badly in other streams. Like, at least it's not here. Not my show, not my problem. I mean, sins, really? I'm not saying just because you aren't the gender representation you're trying to write the point of view of doesn't mean you can't. But if you're going to talk about where allegedly some monster cock is hitting me on the inside, I expect, a modicum of vaginal research. As opposed to, I mean, it was like every time the vagina was mentioned, it was just vulva. Like, that was the sexiest word this person could come up with, was vulva. Sure. That makes sense. That was a hot hit. I'm roasting. That was a really hot hit. Oh, man. I think it had the keef in it from last night. Oh, I hit it way too hard. That was all keef, I think. I'm fine. Holy shit, that was a hot hit. Breathe, everybody. Oh my god. It's lazy writing. There's so many other words and ways to describe sex. Dude, the equivalent, in my opinion, is every time you mention a dick, I somethinged the shaft. I slobbed the shaft. I licked the shaft. I stroked the shaft. My knuckles grazed the shaft. My something the shaft. My something the shaft. It goes both ways. Like, there's a cheap cop out for, like, not knowing genitalia across the board. But, like, when has shaft been sexy? Or vulva? I'm gonna smear my vulva up and down your shaft. And, like, to be real, every penis I've incurred super prefers attention on the head. So, just throwing that one out there. But, like, I've read those books, man. I've done it. I mean, goddamn, I've talked about the Charlene Harris True Blood books. Book 1, I'm pretty positive. Sookie and Bill fuck for the first time, but because Sookie's telepathic, she's never had sex before because she can't stop reading people's minds and they're gross. So she has a hymen, a physical, super thick piece of skin where a dick would go, because apparently by the time she's like 20 or something, or 21 or 23 or something, she's not used a tampon before. And so when Bill penetrates her, it snaps the hymen and it hurts so bad and there's blood everywhere. So he bites his fingers and finger fucks her until her hymen heals again. Charlene is like, wow. Tell me that you've been, that I read all those books. I know. And like, when I say I love your guys' responses, because it just makes me so happy. We are all not of the disillusion that there is some manic hymen skin, right? Like 9 times out of 10, the shit dissolves or like it breaks or something, or just like becomes a non-factor by riding a bike, by falling down. The reason sex hurts is because you didn't get her wet. You didn't get them wet, and or you didn't use lube and you're trying to fuck a dry butt, which, what are you doing? Without, like, no, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? It ain't a hymen. If there's blood, it's because you've torn something because you literally didn't have lubrication. What are you doing? That's it. And when I read it and shit like that, I'm like, I know some writers might. They're smart as hell. What happened to these ones that got popular? I can't write. I hate writing. I hate, like, writing. I write in a journal, like, whatever. But I hate, like, I'm not, but like, I know people who write and would kill to be published, and they're very highly intelligent human beings with, like, very highly accoladed, like, intelligent careers. And then you look at these books that have become acclaimed in, like, HBO shows, and I'm just like, but, like, they still thought hymens were real. Is that part of the vampire, like, and then, oh my god, it happens again. I don't even know. I don't remember if Jessica is if this same thing happens in the books versus, the show, but Jessica Hamby is made a vampire as a virgin. Therefore, a major theme in the show is that every time she has sex, it hurts and bleeds because her big fucking leathery goddamn virginal hymen has to be busted by a cock. So she becomes a bad girl because, oh my god, it's so unfair. What? It happens twice. It's not real. None of that's real. No, it's written by a person who presents as female, Charlene Harris. Oh, I used to live off Star Wars fan fiction, believe it or not. Back when, like, episode 1 was first coming out and everybody hated it and it was horrible, people rewrote the entire movie on message boards, and I thrived. I lived in it. Some of the best writing I've ever incurred in my life. But then, and I know I'm picking on Charlene, but that series, like, I binged it all, and it is written almost a little toddler-esque. It's a little, like, D to D. Like, oh man, like, I don't know. I just don't know what happened. What up, Slurmy? How are you, love? I don't know what happened, but it's bad. And that shit, I feel bad at first because I'm just like, you still think that's a thing? What? Oh my God. My first girlfriend thought it broke a little bone when your hymen broke. Someone convinced that poor innocent woman that a dick had the power to break bones. I'm sorry, if you penetrate my vagina too fast, your dick might bend in half. Case seen it in the ER. It's not breaking bones. Oh my God. Oh my God. That poor person. Thank you for having a conversation. That's just. What? No! No! That's so fucking weird. Some fanfics were fucking amazing. Dude, the passion of anger that goes into some fanfiction that's just posted on message boards and literally is never acknowledged other than by the fans of that message board is some of the best writing I've ever read. And I don't just say that, I've read a lot of books. A lot of books. And I feel like a lot of like published, hard quotes, literature is dumbed down for the general public a little bit, and on those message boards no one's there to dumb any of it down, so like you might have to do some work and look up some words and shit, but I like that. I do puzzles. You need a drill dough to get through the bone first. Yes, 100%. Oh my God, I watched an episode of Modern Family last night where Phil invented a Porto chair, which was like a seat like strapped to his ass, and when he presses a button, like a chair leg would burst out the back, and then he could just sit wherever he is, which is really hilarious because that actually exists for surgeons now. But he put it on backwards, and all I could think was like new sex toy realized. They never made the joke, but I was there for it. You could almost see the cogs turning when I asked if she thought cock was harder than bone. Seriously, though, like, cock can get pretty fucking hard, but bone? Raise your hand if you want to jam your cock into a bone. Don't. If it's a thing you just like, you just keep that to yourself. But, like, I think most of us with our big ol' spirit dicks, excuse my condom today, we like a soft, squishy, moist, dark hole to stick it in. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that just sounds horrible. Ugh. It does take the phrase boning to a whole new level. Is that why she thought that? Oh no! No shit, there's a lot of fanfic that's literally called Fix It, where we fix shit that's stupid in the original thing. I love that. That's all the fanfic I used to read was, like, literally someone wrote the entirety of episode 1 and just deleted Jar Jar Binks as a character, and it was amazing. Incredible. But I thrived on that stuff, man. It was so much fun to read because it was like, you know, you watch the movies and read whatever's out that's a book, if there is any Star Wars not like literature at that point. And then you just have nothing else to imbibe in, so you just keep watching the movies over and over and picking them apart, and then all of a sudden the internet and message boards. And like these message boards of just pure fan fiction were just, oh my God. It was like it never had to stop. Because people wrote continuations, they would write like theoretical scripts for episodes 2, et cetera, et cetera. Like it was like the Star Wars never had to stop. I don't know how to put that. It was awesome. I loved it. It was great. I never wrote. I'm not a writer, but I love to read. I'm a consumer of the arts. Yep, it's called boning because of the massive bone in your dick. So if you want to talk about the anatomy of a dick, think about taking like a shish kebab skewer and a bratwurst. Not everybody has a curve. Let's just say an erroneous sausage. I'll let you choose. And you insert that skewer from one end of the sausage until about head length from the other end of the sausage. It's a bone that kind of like tucks up under your pelvis, and as you get hard, it's like a moth proboscis. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like this, and as you get excited, it's like whoop, and it fills the dick skin. That's where the nectar comes from. That was in the Bible too. So, if you didn't know, consider yourself learned. I feel like I write better smut than what you're describing. I suck. This is why I don't write. No, I just love making up fake anatomy. Allie, I was thinking of you the other day and I don't know why. How are you? I hope you're doing well. I didn't write it. Although I ran into some ERP. But like, at least the message boards I was on, like the Star Wars message boards, the ERP was like, fucking what's in my eye? That's not the ERP. Maybe some of it. It felt like just two people who were cyber fucking on a message board together, not like anyone bringing their talents together for a wonderful cornucopia of art. Which, like, well, they're probably finger fucking each other to it. It wasn't super fun to read. Does that make sense? That was the start. So, it was like people just really extending some scenes between Anakin and Padma. Ish. Why is there something in my eye every day? It's almost like I have eyelashes. Crazy. Oh my. Oh yeah. Or, the worst. The funny. Maybe I thought they were the best because I wasn't really expecting anything great from it and I was just there for a good laugh. But the Jar Jar Binks smut. Oh my god. The people that wanted to ride that weird duck face. Crazy. But to each their own. Like, at least they're just writing about it, right? Like, what about poor Jar Jar out there just walking around with that face? Getting it written. Misa's so horny. I'm so mad you did that. I'm so mad. No. Visceral flashbacks! Visceral flashbacks! Jar Jar is a Riz master, though. Stop it. I'm really upset. They didn't want Jar Jar for anything but that crazy long tongue. Dude, that's all. It was riding that duck face. Feel like, the way that people describe, like, I want to feel that tongue tickle my trachea, but from the downstairs. People got crazy creative. Like, if we had 3D printers back then, I guarantee people would have fucked that face. We're used to thinking of Misa. Stop. Misa gonna fuck you good. No! I'm so mad at you right now. I hate him. No! Hate that. I fucking hate that. Golf clap, you sick fucks. I hate it. Darth Jar Jar the. I read that as Jizz Lord. Jar Jar was like motherfucking amphibious, right? Does that mean they just like out on some eggs? Or do they? I think it depends. Be safe, Fiata. It'll be over before you know it. When I was a young warthog and just discovering the internet porn, I came across a video of a woman dressed as a what? Oh, as C3PO. Jesus Christ. I was trying to spell that like that was a misspelling. Fucking Katie. C-3PO getting railed by a guy in a bad Chewie costume. Still don't really understand what the setup was there. Yeah. Hmm. I think the weirdest thing I saw when I first started discovering, I mean, it was like torrenting porn on like Kazaa? Was that the first one? There was so many. There was like Kazaa, LimeWire, Azul or whatever with the blue frog. We all went through Pirate Bay or something, but you know, the actual like launcher where you illicitly gathered things. But it was it's like dudes railing chicks dressed as pterodactyls. I think it's still out there. And they're just like and the guys are like, yeah. It's something. I got it on accident because you know back in the day, like the titles of like files that you were searching for across Pirate Bay would just be fucking wild. And because my mom put a password on MTV, I would be like, I need to see the new Britney Spears music video. Britney Spears, toxic, dinosaur porn. I got exposed to the weirdest shit like on accident. Glad I was. Made me who I am today. But like, I truly was just there for Britney. I was too young. Allie, I don't know why. You just randomly popped into my head and I was like, I wonder how Allie's doing. How are you doing? I hope life is well. I don't know. Things just pop into my head. They don't need a reason. Just happens. It's a chaotic space up there. Maybe because I was sick and out of my mind. I don't know. They did. Stop it. They did it for the Wookiee, so you can shove it up your. I can't do it very well. Zach can. I hate you. I'm upset that you've done this. Right, ants? Exactly. Like, if dinosaurs are your thing, I am not here to judge. As long as everyone's above age consensual, it's you do you, boo-boo. I don't want to be a pterodactyl or fuck a reptile, but you do you. Cloacas are weird. Can we get Zeke to read that line, please? I forgot what I said already, but he would. Thank you, parental controls? I guess, Mish. You're not wrong. Like, my mom had no idea. She really thought MTV was the worst thing that I could possibly watch. And it was, I think it was literally for like Beavis and Butthead. She thought something about it. Something. That was it. It had a password. And because of her, I was exposed to some of the weirdest shit. Weirdest shit ever. All because I just wanted to see Britney. Heavy metal, video games, being a vagina, the devil. I'm a threefer. We're winning. It's Britney, bitch. This was like the talks. I mean, that story was very specific. I clearly remember looking for the Britney Spears Toxic cover. Because do you guys remember that music video? Britney's thighs and that skirt? I'm just like subconsciously holding my fingers like I'm going to get up in that skirt. It's disgusting. I'm a lech. But I've been a lech forever. I just went through a really weird time as a child where I was like, do I want to be them or on them? Help. The answer was yes. But does anybody else remember that? That's all I wanted. And I got like one man, one jar or something. Like I was just really exposed to some fucked up shit on accident. Slurm, you want to know what's funny? Similar stories. So my parents always had some sort of password that they would put onto certain channels. Usually, MTV was the only one I ever wanted to get to that they put passwords on. But they would always tell my little sister, Sarah. I don't know why. I have no idea why. But Sarah was the youngest of us. The youngest of 8. One of us was going to get it out of her. She's a lawyer now. She's doing fine. But like, We always got it. And my mom would always be like, you must have been listening to me. You must have watched. You baby naming it. She never figured it out. Sarah was such a little sneaky hoe, but we get it out of her. We always learned it. Marilyn Manson? Weird. I hate that when I'm thinking this, but how do you know when a Wookiee's finished? Oh. Well, he can make like noises. They're not always like noises. So like maybe with his lips closed. The disgusting jokes going through my head right now involving knots. I just don't even want to go there. I am fucked. I'm internet fucked. My brain can't have a fucking clean thought. I don't. I wish. Like, all I thought of was like a dog dick, and I was like, well, I guess when the knot goes down and they finally separate, you know, they're finished. Like, that's it. They don't. Disgusting. Like, the brrr might continue to go on forever, but they're stuck together till they finish. You said say it! You said to do it! I was gonna keep my inside thoughts on the inside. You made this happen. Drakus, that doesn't mean you can't write it. Can we cunt it up in chat, please? Everyone's gonna get some sort of little, are you sure you want to say that in chat? And we're just slowly trying to train Twitch that, yes, this is a community where we are not afraid of cunt. Please. Thank you. We just need to cunt it up every once in a while. We're going to train that weird little bot that is on everybody's channel for some reason that's like, are you sure you want to say damn it? I'm sorry. Whomst? Sweaty, juicy, creamy cunts. I'm hoping that eventually it'll stop being stupid. Cunt is just like, for some reason, universally the most offensive, and I think it's just the way society uses it, whereas I fucking love cunt. Let's get some. But, it's cuss words. But, it's very hit or miss. But it's not me. It's not my mods. And there's no repercussions. Unless you say something horrific that me and my mods do hate. But, like, that little weird bot that just keeps... It's just been there for a while now. We don't know why that's happening. But I'm hoping that if enough people can click through it and just stay in chat, and maybe it'll learn like, oh, this chat's cool because it's an 18+ chat where we talk about things like this and literally have for over 10 years. Come now, Twitch. No pun intended. Come now. Come on. My God. I mean, I find that in US, at least in like US culture, most words that are deemed like icky are words that are rooted back in just meaning vagina, and we use them as derogatory ways to describe someone who is acting unfavorably and or acting like a cunt or a bitch or a pussy. But like, raise your hand if pussy's like definitely in your top 3 favorite things ever. So how come we reference it when talking about people who are being cowardly or weak or presenting as not cool? Because, like, you know what I'm saying? Or if someone's being kind of a bastard, you're being a cunt. But, like, raise your hand if you fucking love slobbing a cunt. Very pro-cunt here, but why do we use it that way? So I've really tried to stop. Because it's not real. It's so not, that's not it. Those are things I love. I love those things. These are some of my favorite things. Brown paper packages tied up with string. Pussy, cunt, and all of these things. You know what I'm saying? It's weird, but I notice it. It's very pervasive in American cultures that's where, and you know, If you're a strong person who takes chances and like takes charge and you have good leadership skills, you've got balls. But like, what's the most sensitive part of your whole fucking body that if literally like a 5-pound chihuahua jumps off your lap, you go, oh, it's literally your fucking balls. Just saying. It's interesting. I mean, I love me some balls, but that's a sensitive part of the body, my God. Calling him a scrote. I've genuinely tried like changing my own vernacular to be like, instead of saying like, I finally got the balls to do something, I finally got the labs to do something, i.e. labias. Because those are pretty cool. I've tried. Darth Scrotus. It's like the Betty White joke. Why do people say gross and balls? Balls are weak and sensitive. If you're really going to get tough, grow a vagina. Those things really take a pounding. Butts too, though. Like, butts don't have a finite spot, and the things I've seen people take in their butts is pretty fucking crazy. They're pretty hardcore as well. Fucking love a good labia. Who doesn't? All the pieces. We love them. They're great. And really, I mean, if you think about it, like, outside of the movie Junior, dicks aren't given birth. Pussies can, theoretically. They don't have to, but they can. That's hardcore shit. Hot black magic. Hardcore. It's also terrible design. You have those two very important things, but they can't be the same temperature as the rest of your body, so we keep them in this flesh bag off your body. I've thought that so many times, and every time I bring it up, people are like, well, it's obviously to control the temperature of them. Okay, but then we go further, like, why did they have to evolve to be that way? There's many species that don't have a hanging scrot outside their body, and they're still completely able to procreate and copulate. But, like, you're gonna put the most sensitive part of your reproductive organ in this wet tissue paper sack between your legs? That's what we're gonna, okay. I think about it all the time. Like, it's just such a weird evolutionary flaw. I think that's the word I'm looking for. It is, I know. It's weird, I don't know. Why we did that. Just start calling people clits when they're being too sensitive. I mean, overworked. What is it? Man, this category comes up on porn. Orgasm ruined clit. What are those? Ugh. Those are just mentally exhausting. Yeah. Or just like, you know, a little scrote. You're just being a little scrote today. I can feel how delicate you're feeling. Very scrote-esque. Can clit replace snowflake? No, because I love clits. I don't want that ever to be like a negative use of anything. Because they're great. And without them, what do we do? What do we do? Now what? Human male was created on a Sunday, so is the D squad in charge of design? Oh man, maybe. You think it would be, I mean, there's definitely a lot of mammals who do not have scrotes. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. My mate got a good nickname in the Navy, Thrush, because he's an irritating cunt. I don't know how to feel about that. What up, Mag? How are you? You know, I've never had a nickname, and there's been times in my life where I've been a little bit like, maybe there's something wrong with me. I've never had a nick, but now there's moments like this when I'm super glad because my nickname could be Thrush. Like a yeast infection. If anything, it should be a term of endearment. You're like my emotional clitoris. Oh my God, I love that. That'd actually be super sweet if someone said that. You're like my emotional clitoris. Oh my God, no shit. Clitoris is a cuss word to Twitch? Clitoris? Like the biological. Okay, someone type scrotum. Did you get a warning? I want to know how far this goes. Will I be shocked if it's only female anatomy that it? Oh wow, no pop up for scrotum. Cool. Today I learned. Someday we'll wear it out. You only get one pop up. Oh, one warning. I just hope the warning stops. These are literal just biological parts of your fucking body. These are just anatomical parts of the human form. Yeah, maybe you have a grace time. Maybe if you like close the browser, it comes back or something. I don't know. Clitoris is a swear word, but scrotum isn't. That takes real balls, Twitch. Wait. You fucking gremlin. What up, Jasmine? How are you, love? Someday we'll wear it out. How much is someone fucking to wear it out? Mm. Meanwhile, Adam, edible, dear edible gods, please let this kick in. So literally any of this bullshit the bitch on the internet is spouting out of her big floppy mouth will make sense to me, or I just won't care anymore. And no warning. Interesting. Clitoris! Thank you so much for subbing to the class, keeping the classy alive, and giving any swings to that tier 2 for 62 months. I fucking appreciate you. Go forth and be consensual, because nothing in this world is sexier than pure sober consent. I also got a free gamer concentrate. Fuck yes. I'm not mad at that for you. I'm out of weed. I need to go on a weed run tonight, because it's Faded Friday tomorrow, by the way. One more sleep. It's only one sleep until Faded Friday, but I have a lot of little dog walkers. And these poppy motherfuckers that I'm just lazy on smoking because they take time. I'm just lazy. That sounds almost like a sex thing, like a threat. Tomorrow's Friday, Crispy. You good? I mean, we could try. It'd be really weird and complicated while, doing the music videos and the playlist compilations. I'll do my best. Which, to be fair, every Faded Friday this month has been just like chaos food making. So tomorrow's gonna be the first Faded Friday I sit down, and I'm very excited. I don't know about this weekend. I was trying to come up with something. It's like these are the last 3 days of St. Jude's, and I was trying to think of something to do chaotically, but I don't know yet. Don't listen to me. It's secrets in my brain for the last couple days to do, something crazy and weird. I don't know. We'll see. I'm just gonna massage my spliff or my joint. I'll join you in a solid. Why not? I got it. Let's do this. I have to rub it back to life. The chaos, man. The first Friday was great. It wasn't that bad. We made this pizza thing that was not terrible at all. Like, not at all. It was actually quite delicious. The next Friday, we made this horrific sandwich that people, of course, donated to put these toppings on it. And I have never in my life, due to any food, I've never has this happened, just rejected food. Like, not without no nausea, no, like, sick. Just like my body went, I literally had to go, I'm sorry, and run off screen and go spit it in a trash can. I think it's the worst thing I've ever eaten in my life. I'm eating some weird shit. It was so bad. Charity. For the kids. It's for the kids. It's for the kids. But I'll be doing another cooking stream because I have to make the Turk burglar. You guys we're almost double what we needed to make Turk Burglar. So I'll be making Turk Burglar, don't worry. That'll happen. That'll be a chaotic day. But it'll be something just for me and delicious, and I get to pick my own ingredients. It's not gonna be any chaos. It's gonna taste good, hopefully. Dog walkers? I mean, I don't know if it's actually an official term. A dog walker is what we colloquially call these little guys. They're like a quarter. Oh shit, a quarter or an eighth. What are they? Yeah, they're 0.5 gram little tiny joints, allegedly just big enough for your dog walk. I literally think that's why we call them that. I have no idea, but they're like, it's just a little guy that you smoke and then you go on your dog walk and it keeps you high for your walk. I don't know why else they would be called that. But you can get little packs of them, or you can get like these ones. Miss Ma'am. Little jars of dog. These ones I think are a gram. That's what well, maybe it's not actually. They look pretty small. No, this is a little bit more. I think this is like an 8.8 of a gram or whatever per little rolly dude. But they're nice. They're just like little, I don't know. I don't even remember where I learned that term, dog walker. But these ones are infused, so they've got keef in them. And what happens is when they're like jarred like this and they sit on their side, all that thick resin, all the like thick, burny, yummy, get super high stuff goes to one side. And that's how you get major canoeing. So you gotta like, we resuscitate them. How does it feel, baby? Yep, it's the yummy, get you super high stuff. You just want it to be all over it and not on one side. I thought it was like the strain name, so I looked it up and it pulled a cannabis company name named Dog Walkers. Really? I mean, that's great. Honestly, someone needs to capitalize on this and partner with dog shelters and donate proceeds to dog shelters. Like, I love dogs more than anything in the entire world. I'm all for that. Yeah, give me that. 100%. I thought it was like, that's hilarious. There might be a strain name, and honestly, someone should be capitalizing off that because it's pretty legit. Like, they smoke pretty damn fast. These ones are crazy though. The one that I'm gonna smoke, it's by Pax, Packs, but they have like a bursting bead in the filter in the crutch, and it makes these ones specifically taste like blue Slurpee, whatever the fuck that means. Oh, Adam. Well, how does that happen? How are some people? What are they doing? Are they tonguing it? I just don't understand how we're not when we're sharing. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like got a burst bead in it. No shit. The first time I got one of these, I smoked it off stream and I looked when I burst it. I fuck you not. A shard flew in my eye. I am not meant for this world. So I don't look at it anymore when I burst it. I can't. Nothing else would have shot out of it. I know. Like how? We're gonna play the last DLC today, the Alan Wake DLC. I don't know how long it is, but as soon as I rub this back to life and feel a heartbeat, that's what we're doing. She's a rough hoe today. Oh yeah, I was sick. Wait, I was in your dream last night. Fuck yes. Wait, we were organizing a friend meetup and he wanted me to give you 20,000 for COTS for some reason. Holy shit. Other than that part, it was a very wholesome dream. Off the top of my head, I couldn't even think of one thing I would need that amount of, like. Did you say yes? Are you like that kind of person? Or not. Their new Baby Metal Slaughter Prevail? I don't think so, but I hope someone brings it to Faded Friday tomorrow. If it was released this week, I don't doubt someone will bring it to Faded Friday. I just kind of looked at you like you lost your mind, not sure if you're being serious or not. That is the appropriate response. Are you going to bring it tomorrow, Rod? Because I don't know if I'll remember or not, but I hope so, because I do love Baby Metal. I have this entire album on here, I think. The new Bloodywood album. It's great. By our powers combined, Rod, the brain cell, one of us will remember. Like, either I'll remember that I need to remind you of something, or you'll remember. Do you know what I'm saying? It'll be one of those. I'll be like, oh my God, Rod, wasn't there something we were supposed to watch today? And you'll be like, oh my God, maybe. And then maybe someone will be like, you guys were talking about that, like, new Baby Metal, and then it'll happen. It'll happen. We'll get there. The entire fucking new Bloodywood album is so good. All right, before I bust... Wait, can we bust... Oh, that was so anticlimactic. How did a shard fly in my eye? I'm assuming it's good, considering people have mentioned it a couple times. You can't bust on Twitch. I just busted my little nut on Twitch, so... Who's gonna stop me? I was kind of scared of the lead singer of Slaughter Prevail for a while because he had an elbow tattoo that was kind of associated with white power, and he realized it, and he got it covered up. Dude, we learn and we grow. I'm terrified of all of my tattoos are just, like, erroneous random shit designed by my tattoo artist that has nothing to do with anything, like, nothing commercialized, nothing by any author or anything like that, because I am so terrified of that. Of just like, oh my God, I'm not kidding you. Most recent example of this, I was this close from getting a Coraline tattoo, and then all that Neil Gaiman shit came out, and I was like, wow, am I glad I didn't do that. And it just solidified that I'm never getting anything on my body that is not 100% unique by my tattoo artist, or myself, or something, because people are hidden shitty out there. Super hidden shitty, and it sucks. Break really quick. And then we'll do this fucking DLC. And I need to blow my nose. I'm feeling very dazedly. Take a break. Stretch your legs. So usually I just go through the music channel, and anything that's been posted within the last 24 hours I'll grab. We have a vids and clips in the music channel. But normally it's just in chat. Like, just ask for a permit, and then people put them live in chat, and then I start growing the playlist. So if you're here tomorrow, just throw it out. That's probably the easiest way. I have to take a break, and this one is so peaceful looking. Oh, they both are. He's just camoed. Oh. They look like little deer. Thank you, Rod. I might remember just because we talked about it so much, but man... Fridays get chaotic. We do a lot on Fridays. All right. Break. Stretch. Beverage. Look at this. That's all that's keeping me going right now, my dudes. I'm just so tired. So, I'm gonna go unshame my desk. Dear Duncan, please sponsor me. I'll be right back. Stretch, get some water, PF. I love that. I love that ADHD covers my life, including my playlists. The flux of music. You can tell where my tastes go. They're never the same for very long. I like variety. All right. DLC time. I'm sad. It's the last DLC. Until the new Control comes out. obviously, but yeah, it's like, thank you, Rod. No spoilers. I've never played this Alan Wake DLC. It's I feel like while it wasn't working, I had something that was like, no, we still have Alan Wake to do. We still have some to do, and now it's like it's over till the new one comes out. My heart's a little farty sad for it, but there's always more games, I guess. I actually didn't download a backup game. I don't know how long this DLC is. We might have to go through my unplayed and just pick something random if we have too much time. I mean, if we have enough time. You know what I'm saying? Fuck, I don't know. I didn't prepare ahead. It's so good. The DLC. Oh my god, the DLC we played yesterday was fucking phenomenal. Sorry, Gaga. Look at that. We went from Lucy in the Sky. We went from the Beatles to Wage War to Lady Gaga. Amazing. Sounds like my work playlist that I've named Chaos for a reason. I like literally, I have one massive playlist that's just like liked songs that we were listening to that's really, truly fucking all over the place. And then I have a million playlists that have like 5 songs on them where I desperately try to categorize my music. And then I get exhausted within 5 songs and I'm like, I can't categorize my music. I have no idea how to do this. And I give up and I just accept that I live a shuffle life. There's no real like, it's that or I like like a concept album, like Sleep Token's new album. Fucking phenomenal. Anything like that is great. Anyways, shall we then? Yeah, it's time. It's time. Oh, Alan. Love you so much. I'm gonna miss you for a bit. We'll be back. The Remedyverse is not over. Of course, on my adventure outside with the dogs, I had to go and talk to my trees, and I found aphids. So I'll be neem oiling. I think I need to get there's ladybugs all over my yard, but man, the aphids love my fucking trees, and I just want to kill them so bad. Welcome back. Meeting hell? Boo. Meetings. Welcome back. We just went outside. It is cold and gross outside. Let us cheers and continue, shall we? Yes. It's so good. Fringe, I don't think I've ever seen. This is going to replay some alerts here, so just let that happen for a minute. Thank you all who have donated to our St. Jude Children's Hospital charity. I truly appreciate you guys. You guys are fucking awesome. You've blown our goal out of the water. We still have 2 days left of raising. 2 days left of raising, theoretically, maybe. Tomorrow is Faded Friday. Bring your musics, your happy feelings, your joys, your whatever. We watch music and listen to music and watch funny, good vibes shit all day. If you bring AI, I'm going to delete it and maybe shame you. I don't want to see any AI. Please, for the love of God, no AI. Thank you so much. Really against that shit. Hate it so much. It's gross. Other than that, we have a really good time. We're $50 away from Buddy Kreisbert and Classy Cardinal, and like $4,050 away from me doing a pole dance on a stripper pole dresses. Am I gonna get it? Is it the right?
Steve Le Steve.
But we gotta see how much you love charity. That's 2 days. That's a lot. We'll see. I don't know. I'm just so proud of what we've done. Our team is, I mean, literally, I got a message actually from St. Jude this morning that said that as a whole, Twitch streamers have raised just this month, as of this morning, $2 million. Crazy. That's just in a month. That's fucking insane. That's so much that y'all just like, that's what I mean when I'm not like trying to exaggerate or be facetious or trying to like, like swindle anybody when I say, I'm not kidding. St. Jude only exists because of what we do, because of the money we're able to gather to keep an institution like that running that takes care of the families and takes care of the patients and etc. They're incredible. I know. It's insane. It's true. It's so much money. It's so much fucking money. It's just insane. It's crazy. I don't know. Let's see. What has our stream team raised thus far? I haven't checked my stream team's total. Control Alt Donate, by the way. You should check them out. It's all really cool streamers who are some pretty fucking dope people. Maybe some of the best. I don't know. Just me. Or it's just not gonna load. Tiltify, don't do this to me today. Or is it my dark reader? Is it dark reader being a... Don't mess with me, dear dark reader. Thank you. Crazy. I would like to go to control. I'll donate, please. Please let me do that. I'm trying to be on a dick right now. Or not. Or I just can't go there right now. I don't know. My browser's being a douche. I'll look it up. It's the end of our day, and I need to take my dogs out. Oh, thank you, Trouble. Literally, the Tiltify website's just not loading. Thank you. I fucking appreciate you. Wow. Our team is raised. So and this is just this year. Just this year, our stream team has raised $113,592.46. Insane. That's $13,000 over our goal, which, I mean, it's a crazy goal, let's be real. But holy fucking shit, that's a lot. That's so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you beyond reason. That's insane. Our stream is 7th place in the stream team, if that matters at all in any way, shape, or form. It doesn't. We do this for the kids. It's seriously, no kid should be sick and no kid should have cancer. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I am going to thrust my dogs out into this chilly, chilly fucking weather and try to get some exercise out of them. Because they're being little bitches, but tomorrow should be beautiful weather, so it's going to be a beautiful Faded Friday. We're going to listen to awesome music. We're going to laugh together. We'll have giggles. We do music. Bring me, like, Spotify links, YouTube links. If you're not a sub to the channel, you just have to ask permission from a mod, and they'll give you a permit, and then Bob's your uncle. You can post for 69 seconds because I'm a child. It's very fun, though. We have a good time. Hang out. We have a massive list. If you press exclamation point playlist or exclamation point song in the chat right now or tomorrow, it will pull up a link to the massive playlist that we have been constructing over years and years and years and years and years of holding Faded Fridays together. So if you'd like a taste of that, it's all over the place. It's truly all over the place. Like, it's one of the best. I love it. I listen to it constantly. We have one on Spotify. We have one on YouTube as well. The YouTube one is called The Tits. So don't be confused and don't let anyone shame you if they're like, wow, do you have a playlist called The Tits? Yeah, you do. Are they jealous? Probably. So enjoy that. Let me see. Who's live? Are you going to load? Is it my browser? Maybe I need to restart my browser. Yeah, it's my browser. We'll just raid Zeke because I know he's live. I can fucking hear him. Take care of yourselves. Pee after sex. Clean your fucking bongs, and I'll see you bright and early for Faded Friday. Rest up, motherfuckers. We have shit to do. Weekend, like I said, I have that huge St. Jude painting. I'm thinking about maybe on Saturday just like streaming until we raise X amount of dollars and painting until that happens, because I literally have a 5-foot painting I've been working on for St. Jude for so many weeks at this point. It's exhausting and I think I need to finish it. So maybe we'll do that. Bring your ideas tomorrow about that. I don't know. Movie night is in like an hour and a half. I love you guys. Bye.